Nothing like a little black screen to wake things up, huh? Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to our anti-war rally. Good evening. I am just breathing in the fresh air, whatever's left of it, after all the chemtrails we've had. My name is David Sponheim, and I must tell you, across the nation, we've been inundated by chemtrails. The day of Prince's death, Minnesota was getting doused, and somebody sent me videos of Minnesota getting doused with chemtrails. And then I got California chemtrail videos from people. We're getting chemtrail videos all over the place, spewing from left and right, literally, and no pun intended, or rather pun intended, yeah. So, due to the massive chemtrailing, we are experiencing an extended amount of cowbell requests. Excessive. Hey, 655,000 in Japan. Welcome. Well, due to the tremendous demand for cowbell, we keep cowbell on cue during the night so that some of you can get pacified by the idea of a cowbell. And what this phenomenon is really best described as people are just like, they feel like they're a farm animal. Which begs the question, are they treating us like farm animals? Are these airdrops of chemicals, are they indeed trying to dumb us down like Hitler did to the Germans and the Jews and the ethnic minorities during the terrible time of Hitler's rise to power, where they used sodium fluoride and they dumped all kinds of things in the water to dumb down the population? It's getting harder and harder to find cowbells online. My cowbell is no longer available for easy download. I have to go to my history folder to get it. Yeah, it's hard to find cowbells. I know, I'm sitting here looking online for a cowbell just to give you some appeasement, and nobody seems to be able to get their cowbell in time. Yeah, I'm having a cowbell come down reaction myself because I'm expecting the cowbell and all I've got are these monetized cowbell sounds. The only one I found that is not monetized that I won't have to pay out is this one. The most authentic cowbell of all times. Okay, so if you think that the conversation has gotten really stupid and silly and the discussion is ridiculous, it is. It's absolutely ridiculous for me to have to play cowbell in our show. Yeah. So I've gone one step further. Hang on. I've decided to be a shepherd of peace. So I've got my tool for bringing in the sheep and the cows, and we're all set to bring people into our peace movement tonight. So are you one of the sheeple who needs to be brought into the flock and help you wake up? I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'd love to wake everybody up. This will be kind of an eye-opener in general because we talk about things that the mainstream media doesn't talk about. And we always have an unfiltered chat as well. But don't say anything derogatory about me or other supporters in the chat, or we will purge you and then ban you. We're trying to keep everybody elevated to a high level of cowbell so that you feel good. At least you're a proud cow. 55,000 viewers in Guam. Wow, thanks. And 1 million viewers in Calcutta. Hello. Many of you in Calcutta will be very happy to be here. We'll show you good video tonight. 1.5 million viewers in Australia. Throw that one on the barbie. Yeah, that I ate meat tonight, so I had a really good prime rib. And I had really great Pacific salmon, the best coho salmon. And I had shrimp farm raised from some tortured area in Indonesia, probably grown in sewage, I don't know. Thank you. I'm not really sure what I'm eating anymore, but I'm trying to eat well, balanced meals. try to get some veggies, a few carbs. I'm trying to limit my carbs to non-GMO. Thank you very much. No, I had a prime rib, and nothing digests better than a prime rib. So I'm not going to stand here and go, oh, the poor cows, they're being slaughtered. I would like to have a modernized USDA meat production system that would be open to selling meat to the European nations. We still don't sell American beef overseas. It's crazy because the USDA refuses to clean up their act. And if we don't get non-GMO meat products as well as grain, they're not going to buy our protein. So we have to start thinking of that as a country. We're losing out on a great deal of revenue, in case you didn't know. So we will be RFID chipping all the cows, and any cow that doesn't qualify will be sent to a recycling center to be turned into cat food or dog food. Anything that's like a downer cow that's dangerous, it's sickly, we will not process in that meat chain. So we're going to improve the quality of beef when I'm president. Well, we're ID chipping the ear. It's not like we're going to stick a thing in their body. It's just they're clipping their ear. It tracks the progress of the cow from when it's born to when it's finally reached the final days of its life, and give it an ethical life so we know that every cow has lived a decent life. So all of you who support cows. So far I've filled up 10 minutes of cow discussion practically. You can see how this goes. Okay, authorities are releasing a chilling 911 audio amid hunt for killer of 8 in Ohio. I don't know if I have the time to play the audio clip because the cowbell has taken up more of my time in the show now than ever before. I know. I mean, with the cowbell, it's extensive cowbell activities going on. Okay, authorities hunting for the assailant behind the execution-style killings of 8 family members in Ohio released a chilling 911 audio Saturday from the murder scene. Dare I play it? Cows are great. Cows are really an amazing creature. Sarah and I, when we first met, we were driving around the beautiful coastline of California, and there's an area there they raise cows right on the ocean. The cows have the best view of the ocean ever, and it was very romantic looking at the cows. And Sarah and I turned to each other and said, could it be that cows are aliens with their big eyes? No, I was not involved in the BP oil spill. That chilling 911 video audio is not readable on my end. Too many people are hitting that link right now. I can't get to it. No, I was never involved in the BP oil spill, but we do want to clean that up. And that brings me to my next topic of discussion, guest 672. Thank you. We are really in a war to save the environment. Across the globe, we are more challenged by almost Mother Nature's turning on humanity with a vengeance. And partly because some of us, some greedy elitist pigs, are playing God. This is a really heavy reality. When I talked about chemtrails at the beginning of our show earlier, I was concerned because there is a growing preponderance of evidence that suggests that the government's willingly doing this, openly doing it, without any peer review, without any oversight over what they're doing. They are literally spraying us like insects. Okay? So when we're playing the cow videos, we are the cows to the elitists. When we look at the cow, it's really just like the elitists look at us. That's how the elitist sees you, as some farm animal. And the more they play God with these chemtrails and trying to alter the environment, the more the environment reacts with anger and distress. So we really are at war. I know, it's a sad day for a lot of us because we're really at war with the environment. And to save the environment, then we could possibly be in Syria or in Ukraine with Russia or any other nation. So America really needs a change of face, political face, and I believe that it won't happen under a traditional two-party candidate. If Russia looks at our 2016 election and says, yeah, sure, Donald Trump, yeah, that's a nightmare. Or Hillary Clinton, that's another nightmare. A lot of world leaders don't have any respect for Hillary. She's lost global respect already. How can she be a good leader? And Donald has been so frivolous with his words that he's upset the sheikhs in the United Arab Emirates, those in charge of the Saudi Arabian oil exports. They've even said that if Donald becomes president, they're going to stop exporting oil to the U.S., which will definitely send the price of your gas up to about $5 a gallon again. Definitely. So, obviously, we need a new president that can strike the record clean. And when the American people stand up to their government and say, we don't buy the idea of the two parties. We're going to go for this third party guy and just get him to the presidency, and then we'll sort out what the third party's all about. That's a huge statement that would change the dimension of our foreign policy immediately, and everyone would start looking at our nation with a much more happy, open idea that maybe we changed. Maybe the American people recognize the problems with corruption at the helm of their country, at the top of their country. And I hope that we can, because it's going to be very difficult to get accountability from these two-party corporate pigs. Halliburton fires 1/3 of the global staff. What we are experiencing today is unsustainable, they said. So here's a company that's been making tons of money on the government and on the expansion of the military budget, and even they can't survive. Yeah. 30% drop in year global drilling operations due to the oil costs being so low. You're going to see Halliburton fire people, and then you're going to see all kinds of infrastructure problems. And then you're going to see the price of fuel go up at the pump, even though we have an oil glut. And I've prophesized all of this well in advance of it happening. I've been talking about this for 8 years. It's crazy. There's nothing we can do to stop the stupidity in our government unless we replace the stupid people that are running it. It's that simple. And it has to start somewhere. It can't just start in Magic Land. It has to start somewhere. So we have to start right now. Write my name in the upcoming election. Tell your friends to write my name in as president. And we will automatically get accountability from our government when we do this. We have 25,000 vote threshold per state. Once we achieve 25,000 votes, they have to count my ballot votes in. They have to count me into the scenario. A hand count will automatically see a major shift in American politics. And I know all of you can spell. So it's that simple. All right, so we're going to take a look at what we have here. We have an earth in distress. We have a lot of problems that are clearly not being solved by our two-party system. Cap and trade doesn't cut it from my perspective. The best projections for reducing greenhouse gas will be close to 17% by 2030, which isn't nearly enough. All right. I'm not underestimating the power of stupid people. I'm trying to make people more aware despite all of the dumbing down techniques that are happening around our country. And this effort really hasn't gone unnoticed. We've already broken through a major layer of censorship that was put on us for the past 7 years. Now, even though the chat network we're on right now is preventing us from reaching a lot of you who want to get in and chat, I'm actually open to the idea of you going directly to AmericasThirdParty.com and seeing a really good video signal if you're running into capacity server signals on your end. We have a good signal coming in through another network, and the Vaughn chat room is there to watch as well and participate in. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Sarah's here. So we've got this major deal going on with a guy running from law enforcement. He's in Ohio. He put out a very chilling, horrible 911 call, and I don't want to hear it because everyone else is listening to it right now, and I'd rather not focus on that, the work of a madman who's gone on a killing spree. But he's still out there, and they're trying to find him, and they're trying to apprehend him. Okay, day 3, Prince's body has been cremated. What is really disturbing is we've had just 3 days. They're cremating his body, which is disturbing that we won't have any results beyond that. And they already said that the results of the forensic autopsy are inconclusive for a drug overdose. Now that's shocking to me, considering they could do chemical analysis within a few days, let alone weeks, and now his body's been cremated. I'm beginning to think cover-up. That's what I'm thinking right now.
You did tell me 3 days from now, on the day that Prince died, he said 3 days from now people will be saying it's a cover-up. Well,
cremation equals cover-up, yeah. Justice Scalia was rushed to the embalming fluid within an hour of his death. He was being sent, and he had 20 different cars rushing him to the local funeral home, the closest one they could find to embalm him, without even doing an autopsy on Justice Scalia. So Justice Scalia didn't even have any justice. And everything about his death was a mysterious possible cover-up as well. So there's a lot of things going wrong in American law enforcement. That's one of them. Lack of oversight, lack of disclosure, lack of investigations. I'm going to back off and let Sarah talk for a while.
Hi, everybody. I'm not going to watch that either on Scarecrow.
So we had a pretty good dinner. It was pretty intense, I must say. We had a big meal. Sarah had a little prime rib and a little salmon. You had some of the cod, too. It was chipotle cod. That was incredible. I loved it. But we actually have to pay a huge amount of money now for a buffet. Per person, it was $18. With my senior discount and Sarah's casino card, we managed to get it for about $17.50, or I guess $7. In the end, it was the tax was deferred. So, yeah. And that's a lot of money for us to spend. We normally never do that. And that's pretty much an average price for one person for some people at dinner when they go out. So we look for the best quality food for the best price. And that really is the best quality food by far. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Everything the forensic lab needs is probably in process from Prince's body. I mean, they did have an autopsy done.
Yeah, it was a buffet, so I was able to eat. Yeah, I was able to eat at the buffet. Or buffet, however you pronounce it. Oh, thank you. I was eating at the buffet, and I had 2 pieces of prime rib, I'd say about 8 ounces a piece. I probably ate about 16 ounces of meat. So I'm going to sit here in digestion land. I rarely eat that much meat. Not to mention the shrimp and the salmon and the cod.
Yeah, we're not vegetarians.
No.
Sorry.
Right now I'm sitting on all the protein I'll need for another 10 days. No, I don't have fake bottoms in a purse. Some people go into places like that with 2 layers. One's the bottom layer in case they get caught. I've seen this happen. They'll say, "Oh no, I didn't know I could take food out of here," and they'll take the top layer off, and they'll have another 2 pounds in the bottom layer underneath in their purse. We saw a couple of homeless guys, like hobos, at one buffet we were at, and they had a bag this big of chicken, fried chicken, that they just stuck all the fried chicken from the entire thing in this bag, and the casinos saw the guys and went up to them. They didn't even arrest them. They just said, "Sir, I need to take that. You have to leave now." You have a $9 buffet, that's a good deal. They're rare to find now. It's getting more and more expensive to eat. No, I take my veneers out when I eat dinner. But I have a perfect set of teeth here. I just decided they weren't white enough for the show, so I wear the whiter ones, so I can smile more. And then my fortune cookie said something very profound. And I can't share with you what it said, but it was very good. America is great. You know, this idea that somebody's going to make America great again is absurd. Absolutely absurd. I mean, the guy who says it has never created American jobs. Well, except for some hotel employees, illegal aliens he may have hired building his hotels. But to think that we aren't great is really a bad mindset. I mean, all the countries out there need to think highly of themselves. Yes. And Sarah was helping me with shopping today. She said, "David, you know, this soy product, I don't want to get it because it was like a hummus. Have you seen hummus? It's like a bean product that's turned into a dip." And she said it's not non-GMO. It could be the soy that's been tainted with glyphosate. I said, "You're absolutely right." She's got me double checking for non-GMO now. Isn't that great? Yeah, 2 people can work together to make better quality food purchases. Sarah's not. No, she's here to talk now to you. And I'm willing to stop and reheat my Starbucks coffee with a little more water in it. I'll be right back. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Oh, What? Sarah and shopping is sort of her duty. That's sexist? Maybe. That's alright, though. Yawn. Yeah, actually, I came home from going out with David. When David started the show, I went to bed for about half an hour. So hopefully I won't be yawning because I actually did a little sleeping, so who knows. Well, you'll have to work to get David on the ballot first, 256. Go start collecting those signatures. You called it. You called IT, and what did IT say? Not a Starbucks, just a total coffee. Coffee maker. One of those things. No, I am not a man. Sarah Hart is not... No, Sarah is not a man. Why don't you know about Starbucks coffee, Dave? Well, it's not that he doesn't know about it. It's just that he doesn't need it. I don't know, Unscary Scarecrow. Well, it remains to be seen. You can always count on ATP to be here. Isn't it amazing how much work David puts into this? I mean, or effort, I should say. I mean, it's a lot of effort to put into this show. To be here. Because you can always count on him. That's why he's always here. Yeah. Obama goes and visits the Saudis, and David, he's here, right here. Wow. Yep, David is a solid person. So many efforts. Alright. I just had a... No, David does not talk to me like I'm a slow child. That's how I end up talking to most of you. I am near a beach. I'm about 1 mile from the beach. That's how close to the beach I am. You're about to lose it. Oh, you're really upset with Obama? I understand. It's easy to be that way. Just breathe in. Breathe out. Fortunately, I've never had the experience of someone stalking me that I know about. I mean, there's definitely people that come on the show and say things to me, but I've never had someone like, I don't think I'm followed or someone's lurking outside my house or real life stalker stuff. Fortunately not. Math and English teachers never get stalked. That's hilarious. That's so funny. I wonder why that is, 954. People see them as there's an intelligent person. No reason to stalk them. Here, I'm going to do this. Who was that one that put something in here earlier? I think it was Earth Sky. I'm going to give you this link.
I want to show everybody that our portable setup is pretty cool.
David wants to show you his portable setup.
I have an attaché case from the 1960s. It's like a James Bond attaché case, and inside of it is we can carry
Or
it.
you want me to move
I'm
over?
good. Just leave it right there.
I'll just move over though, so
Okay.
people can actually see you.
Yeah, thank you. Inside it we have
Sorry. Yep, it's an old Samsonite, I guess.
yeah, it has lockable connections, and then in there is our MSI computer. Now this is our portable broadcast studio in a box. So it was an amazing purchase we made because the other computers fried on us. And the best thing about this is that the fans are in the back. See that? Both fans. Isn't that cool? And it has a lit keyboard. Turn the hit the on button.
Take this beautiful thing off.
Ta-da!
It has a 4K screen. It has a
4K screen. That's so amazing. We can watch movies when we're in motels.
NVIDIA
Yeah.
graphics card.
Yeah, it's a great system. We've got it for a good deal at Best Buy.
How am I going to check that on 704? How do I check if I have dirty energy? Yeah.
And I have portable mics too. I have a portable mic set up here. I take with me like a headset. I can speak into the camera at a coffee shop. So whenever we're out there and about, I can have a normal conversation at a coffee
Oh,
shop.
he said that comes from Taiwan. I did not know that.
It's made in Taiwan, really? That's cool. Well, I must say it's a very nice computer. They kept the cost down with certain plastic veneer, but the lit keyboard really is great. And then we carry a pretty good HD camera. It's a Logitech. It's very portable. And we've got the two cameras set up that way, the camera on board and the external camera, and it's great. We're looking forward to doing portable shows anytime. And we got a 3-year warranty on this computer. I wasn't going to mess around. We got a really good one.
Thanks, Scissor.
So if it does burn up,
Thanks, Scissor.
we will be able to get a replacement.
No, I bought it at Best Buy.
Best Buy had a good deal. It was
I saved my pennies.
and it was normally this kind of computer would run about $1,500. We got it for around $1,100 with the warranty.
I think, with the warranty.
With the warranty,
I
which
was
is really
less
rare.
than that.
But anyway, yeah, I'm going to just set this up on the side, and we're going to set up a live leak show over there. And I'll get back to the show in just a little while. But thank you for letting me interrupt.
I know, electronics are fun. Niani, did you change your name? I thought you were Vika Sweet. What happened to Vika? What did you do to Vika? Yeah, 3-year warranty is worth it for that. I never bought a warranty before.
We've had so many problems with overheating that the fan issue was really important when we bought this computer.
Well, no, the MacBooks for the same... I was looking at the MacBooks, and the MacBooks I don't think would have had the same capacity as this one does. I have no idea how we went from computers to the Mossad. Acer and Asus are from Taiwan. Oh, you're saying buy a refurbished MacBook laptop. That would make sense. Do they even have to refurbish the MacBooks? I mean, once you buy them, they last forever. I do like those XPSs. Do I need to change this into... That pretty much looks like it. Except this one does it have that? Oh, that's the fans, yes. Alright. You can heat water in 60 seconds using your kettle. That's good. Okay, 52572. Hope you got your spaceship ready. Really? It still works? Your wife threw your Acer computer down the stairs and it still works?
Some water for you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, you've got an Acer computer that still works. That's good. And the nice thing is the adapter fits right in the top of this thing. It was, when I got this back in the 60s, and I save everything, the Samsonite lockable aspect is great. It has 2 locks on it. We've got a mini USB splitter here if we need it. But the adapter fits right in here.
Thanks, 572.
So it's a all-in-one kind of unit we can lock up and feel pretty secure with.
I appreciate that.
I just was amazed because I always knew that I'd need that, and it fits perfectly. I mean, like with only an 1/8 of an inch tolerance on both sides. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's like meant to be, But yeah, having a portable setup is essential when we do shows. Whenever we go out to a hotel somewhere, we have to be able to pull it all together. Make it happen.
Yeah, he's very happy with it.
Yeah, it was a great idea to purchase this. In a way, I'm glad the old HP broke because it was just overheating constantly. Nothing but problems. This one never overheats. Amazing.
Yeah, that's good. We just have to figure out those things, right?
Yeah, there's a couple things we'll work on tonight.
I will work on that computer tonight. Yeah, our computer did break from overheating. Because I was doing too many things at one time. This computer, I bought it for Christmas. We got it like right after New Year's. Yeah, a new computer every 3 years or so keeps you from getting too grumpy. If you just plan on that, that would be good. You're like, just need some new thermal paste and Shazam! Yeah, well, that's why this one is pretty cool, 954, because it has dual fans. It's one of the only laptops that's built for gaming because of the dual fans. Yep, we will watch our CPU because we were maxing out our CPU on our PC with all of the casting we're doing. We were maxing out our CPU, but fortunately it's running pretty clean now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly why I chose not to do a MacBook, because when you do online gaming, your fans start up on your MacBook, and then, yep, it could definitely get hot. Nice to know, 492. Use your imagination, 418. You don't do gaming on your Mac, it's just for work and video stuff. See, if I were doing something just for work and video stuff, I might go with a Mac. But knowing that we had to do streaming, and the reason I bought that is not just for gaming, well, maybe gaming, but I bought that computer for the MSI for being able to broadcast while we're on the road. Like, for instance, I went to a conference earlier this year, and actually I spoke at a conference. But anyway, when I was at that conference, we were able to cast using that. So I don't use too much. I don't really do a lot of gaming online, heavy duty. I do like gaming. I just don't feel like I feel like I don't have time for gaming. Exactly. It is a huge time suck, and you're like, you just feel like you're not productive when you're gaming. And so you're like, I've got to be productive, I got to grow up, etc., etc. So, yeah, I don't do gaming anymore. I just cast and work. Video cast and work. No, well, yes and no. I bought a new computer because our old laptop died. Our old laptop fried or died due to, I think it was that particular laptop was due to a charging issue, and the charger wasn't getting enough juice, and I think I left it on rather than turning it off or something. Anyway, basically it never turned back on. It was a blue screen. It wasn't even, I don't know, it was just like a black screen. It was pretty bad. And then no, I'm just, that one was, but I would have problems. And then the previous laptop to that totally fried. It was an HP, and it fried due to running too many applications all at the same time. You had to stop playing World of Warcraft 10 years ago with a child trying to run a raid. Former geek. Meatball! Well, my mom is a geek still. She plays RuneScape like all the time. Oh, that's good. Yeah, if you can just run on AC, that's pretty cool. I don't know. But anyway, well, I guess I've never built a computer, Master Meatball. I'll say that. I know I should build a computer and I should know how to build a computer, but I haven't done so. So um yeah, I'm a bit of a thinker. I I might I might do that eventually. Anyway, my dad talked to me today, and he's he said, "Do you want an old, or not an old, but do you want a Windows 7 laptop?" Or he said, "Do you know somebody who wants a Windows 7 laptop?" I said, I'll take it, because there's this so anyway, I'm going to get that too. It takes 30 minutes only to physically build a computer. I know. I said I'll take it, so I'm going to take it. Yeah, I know. And then what I want to do is I'm going to run on that computer. I want to learn Python. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Now, Python is a type of programming.
Yeah, it's type programming language.
And it's something that has a learning module for people to.
Well, the reason I wanted to do Python is because they have this MIT OpenCourseWare. Mm-hmm. Their introduction to computer programming is Python.
Nice.
And I wanted Windows 7 because their MIT OpenCourseWare was filmed so long ago that the newest version of Python is not what it is. I have to use an older version of Python.
Okay, so you're getting an older Windows 7 laptop to do that on. You're saying you can dual boot Linux on Windows 7?
Ubuntu or CentOS?
I wonder if already...
Maybe I'll build a computer with Ubuntu or CentOS.
Yeah, you could even start afresh with Ubuntu and have a dual boot.
Oh, maybe I should ask my dad to dual boot it.
Yeah, he knows.
I do like Ubuntu. I have done that before. I had a dual boot on an old laptop with Ubuntu, but because I was going to learn to code, and the only thing I ended up doing, I think I did a little bit of Ruby on Rails on there, and then I just played that. I played this. Talk about gaming. I played like stupid games, like 5 in a row or whatever it was. Like the solitaire version of.
I know. Those are great games, though. The old games. Centipede. I mean, how many people played Centipede back in the 80s? I mean, you gotta wonder. I didn't.
Let me ask you this, though. Monkey Times 420. Is Ubuntu compatible with I need Python 2.6, I think. Python 3 won't work with the programming I'm learning.
Aren't there any in the cloud systems you can run Python on?
I don't think so. I think it's something you download.
Okay, because I know there's some computer system or cloud-based systems that act like Windows 7 operating system.
Yeah, an IDE or something.
Okay, an older version of Linux. Yeah, well, Ubuntu is an older version.
Bad idea.
So this is the deal. A lot of you have been concerned about ISIS, and many of you are living in fear that ISIS is going to be coming all to your neighborhood near you. And I have a different take on this. Sarah may differ with this, but we all have different perceptions here. But I don't believe the threat of terrorism is as bad as they make it out to be. Although I do believe there is a threat of terrorism, but I don't think it's as bad as they make it out to be. And I tend to believe that terrorism is used by our government to inspire us to start wars. So they've got a machine going on, a sociological machine, where they convince the American people that we need to go to war. Consequently, we start unnecessary wars that we can't finish. And this is the anti-war rally. I thought I'd just touch down on that. Continue, Sarah. Sorry.
No, one person said, we all love Sarah, but Tech Talk's meant for Tuesday.
It is. And we are here for an anti-war rally.
Really?
No, I'm not in any way associated with another government. I've always been an American citizen.
Yeah, that's what I need, Master Meatball, but I'm not going to click on it now because I'm not downloading it on this computer.
Just because I may look like a person who's in the CIA doesn't mean I am in the CIA.
Oh, you want me to just see if it's what version of Ubuntu it's compatible with or whatever?
Yes, I'll be doing the security detail here for Sarah during the show. I'm just going to stand here and keep an eye on the doors. Excuse me, do you have a pass to get in here? Excuse me, sir. Okay, how do you stop NATO? You don't. You don't stop NATO. Okay? You bring troops back. NATO is funded primarily by U.S. troops. 75% of NATO forces are U.S. troops. We don't need to integrate as many as we are currently integrating into NATO. That's how we begin understaffing NATO. But we're strictly looking at our ally in NATO in defending against an attack, not in overt attacks on other countries. And the recent staging up of potential missile systems in Poland, and then staging down of missile systems in Poland because of Russia's response, was in many ways presumptive of Obama to pull back. Because now we're seeing Russia engaged in almost like a war game, a cat and mouse game with our battalions out in the ocean. We're seeing them get within 75 feet of one of our naval vessels. I believe it was a destroyer. So we probably should have stayed with the missile plan in Poland in retrospect. But as we look back, let's move toward peace. And I would make an overt attempt to contact Vladimir Putin and explain to him that we are pulling back of supporting rebels in Syria, because we believe it may have been involving indirectly ISIS forces building up with taking over of the rebel territories. So we certainly don't want to contribute to ISIS forces building up. So that would be a move that I would make right away as president. So they would understand that we're not trying to invade one of their former Soviet bloc countries, that they certainly have a strong strategic advantage in that region because of it, and there's no reason why I would want to push that button. Major departure from the existing plan. Hillary, Bernie, and Donald are taking right now. Donald wants to be buddy-buddy with Putin. That's not the right guy. That's not the right way to go. We certainly don't need to be buddy-buddy with a communist leader. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah gives me breaks during the show, so she'll be in again in the show to give me a break. But you're actually going to work on that computer. Good. Yeah, just get in and we'll see if we can find out if the basic problem right now is we're having problems with the flash on it opening up the Vaughn chat room. So for a gaming computer not to be able to do that, it's pretty sad. Yeah, I'm not a communist. My family fought against communism in the 1950s and 60s when I was born. My father and mother both signed a statement when they got out of the military saying they had to report any un-American activity. And they did that. They did what they had to do.
We could take it to Geek Squad if we needed to.
Yeah, we will take it to Geek Squad. If I can't get a browser to work on it, it's ridiculous. So, with all the Flash updates, we still haven't had success with the browser on the Vaughn show, which is really... I was from a German stock of people. We came from Germany in 1100 AD and went to Norway, and then from Norway in 1860 to the U.S. My father and his father were born in America. I was born in America. But my great-great-grandfather was not.
I don't think David wants to update Windows because he doesn't want Windows 10.
We don't want Windows 10 on there, no. Oh, really? Vaughn crash shockwave every time you open an advertisement that's not accessible and gives a 500 error? Oh, interesting. Okay, thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, we've updated Flash, we've updated Chrome, reboot and retry. We will update Chrome and we will update Flash because I have Chrome on there as well. But that's Chrome browser. You can try to get it on the Chrome browser. If it works on one browser, it should be good.
Mouse is not.
What?
Trackpad.
You have to touch it a little bit more with your finger. More tactile. Give it a little bit more push. Yeah, well, believe me, we try to take care of, we maintain refinement of any of our excess waste. Sure, I trim excess waste whenever I can. If I see something that goes in the compost heap, I will put it there. David, are you an interrogation specialist for the CIA? No, I'm not. Would you like to hook me up to a lie detector just to verify that? Prince had an $80,000 a year drug habit for 25 years. Now, we know about Prince's recent attempt to sue his Facebook followers. 17 of them last year were sued for $1 million each, claiming that they were giving his songs away for free. That may have dogged him. 17 million looked like he wanted some cash. We know his recent hit wasn't that wonderful, although it is quite unique. This is from Daily Mail.
Working fine on.
Oh, good. So Chrome's working?
Yeah.
Great. Let's just use Chrome. I was using Firefox. Out of curiosity, could you just open Firefox and see if you can get any of the Vaughn networks over there? It may have I did a job update. That may have fixed it. You guys get job updates? You do the job update. They say they're not gathering any personal data on it. Okay. I don't have connections at all to the NATO organization. No. I'm not involved with the CIA. I have no connections to Israeli foreign intelligence or the Mossad. In fact, I'm not Jewish. So here's how to keep or get rid of the Windows 10 upgrade. Oh, yeah, Chemtrail Cowboy. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, thank you. See this? This tells you how to stop that Windows 10 upgrade thing on there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, every time it pops up, it's just such a pain to say, I don't want Windows 10. Firefox is a memory hog. You are correct, sir. Bernie Sanders was somebody she liked only because we wanted to track Bernie Sanders' campaign. When we like people on our social networks,
go in and stop following
we don't
him.
like them. We're just tracking their campaign. I mean, the best type of competitor always stays abreast of their...
And that was like 4 years ago.
4 years ago, we kept track of him, yeah. But many people don't realize that, Bernie's got an expensive habit.
fine.
Oh, good. So it was the Java update. That's pretty cool.
Windows 10 is so much better than Windows 8.
I don't trust it.
Why not?
Well, because
Okay,
people are trying not to. Look at this. How to remove the Windows 10 upgrade. There's an actual site out there, Sarah, that says how to remove Windows 10 upgrade updates on Windows 7 and Windows 8, just because people don't want it. Now, you're giving Windows 10 a try. You may be giving the NSA a backdoor to your computer. You don't know that. Okay, download GWX Control Panel in order to get rid of the update. Okay.
Hi, Allura.
Let's do that.
What else do I need to do?
Go to a new browser page and download DWX Control Panel. It's called GWX Control Panel. So open up a new browser, and thank you.
Oh, I don't.
Tell me about it. Get another external mouse. We'll get a plug-in. Do you have any? I have a lot of software that won't work on Windows 10. Yeah. Somebody said, "Are you related to Anderson Cooper?" No, I'm not in any way connected to the Vanderbilts or the Astors. I don't have any relatives in that sector.
Okay, say it again. GWX.
GWX and
Software.
Control Panel.
You're going to trust what you're hearing in the chat room?
Well, it's from Scissorfight. I mean, it's a very trusted
okay.
source. I mean, he wouldn't give me information.
I didn't know who it was from.
No, that's okay. GWX Control Panel also. Ask Leo. Okay.
I hate that it defaults to Yahoo.
Yeah, well, that was another
How did I
thing.
change that? I downloaded something, I know.
Yeah, we downloaded an upgrade that you didn't click the off the box that said, I want to make Yahoo my browser.
Yeah, so how do I get rid of that?
Well, you have to change your browser in the browser itself. Go to your first direct page. It's in your utilities on that little straight 3 lines on the side there. Open up options and set browser page. Your main page should be set to something else. Maybe that'll correct it. You know, a lot of us are learning as we go. And I, as a newbie to the computer industry back in 1981, before the computer industry started, I was taking a class on computer science at UCLA in '78, and at that time there was this program called Lotus 123, and I asked my computer science professor, could I get access to Lotus 123? And that's, by the way, Windows Word Publisher now today and Excel. And he says, no, you have to be a graduate student to use Lotus 123. So I mean, I literally faced this monumental task of just getting access in 1978. I tell the truth, man. And by 81, it was still difficult to, adapt. And so I went and bought a computer by 88. I'd spent about $10,000 by 95 on 2 computers. $10,000. Seriously, had that money been in an interest-bearing account, it would have been worth $25 by now. So yeah, big mistake. Should have kept it to a bare minimum. I should have bought the cheapest thing. I wanted to be the one and only guy to get started in a business that was cutting edge. It was called broadcast television. And I started my broadcast television system with a toaster, a video toaster with an Amiga system in it.
That was Ultimate Outsider software. Ultimate Outsider.
Is this Ultimate Outsider software downloads?
Or I can get it from CNET.
Go to CNET. Yeah, trusted source. CNET usually checks that. No, Connie's not here tonight. She's out and about in the Seattle area. No, Amiga was great. I got an Amiga 2000. I spent $4,500 on it. That had a video toaster in it. And I started making TV commercials and wedding videos. In 1988, I was up and running with, I was using computers like rapidly. It was a prosumer setup, but the video toaster broadcast studio quality was all I needed.
That's why.
You had the most awesome Amiga ever, really?
Actually, look at this.
What's it not tracking you?
No, it's like, it was tracking me without me even touching it.
Oh, so we're hitting it too hard.
No, like.
It's super sensitive.
Yeah, like.
She's moving her hand above the touch board. We need to lower the sensitivity. It's too sensitive. Okay.
And then, yeah,
Hey,
because
cut it out with the
tracking
negative stuff
my,
here. Yeah, thank you.
So what's happening is it's tracking my other hand. Anyway.
Okay. And you want us to download Ubuntu. I've never been to Orgy Island, and I don't plan on going either. If I got a call from Bill, hey David, this is Bill. I'd like to invite you over to Orgy Island for Jeffrey and I are having a little fundraiser here. I don't know where Orgy Island is. Somewhere down in the Bahamas, I'm guessing. I don't think.
Just like this, right?
Yeah, just hit the download button. So I'm not really sure if big deal to have presidents that do that. I think it's wrong. I think it's downright wrong. It's like disgusting. That's why I think there's a problem in the trust relationship between Bill and Hillary. There's some sort of a partner in crime relationship going on. If Bill Clinton was a cheater on his wife, then we need to know. These are issues we need to know. We know that he had oral sex with, which is sodomy, with Monica Lewinsky in the White House. He had sodomy in the White House. We know that.
Doing the right thing. Ah, now it's not doing anything. Oh,
Let me try it.
what the hell?
Maybe you don't have enough static electricity in your hand. You know, I bet it's your.
My wool coat?
No, we got a mouse failure here.
Trackpad is weird.
I think we need a new trackpad. I think it's going to have to go in for a fix. We're going to have to fix the trackpad first. Let's drop out of everything if you can.
I'm trying.
Control-Alt-Delete. Control-Alt-Delete.
I got it. I got it almost.
All right. Drop out of that too. Okay. Something's wrong with the trackpad. We're going to have to restart the computer and do a sensitivity thing on the trackpad. Let's start with that.
Well, I can do it now, but...
I don't think Mr. Clinton reformed the USA more than Reagan. No, not at all.
It like jumps.
Well, like I said, we have to go to a sensitivity issue. Lock out of the whole thing and go to the control panel and check sensitivity. So I was a little upset that she just, said she's made this announcement that I'm not a Tammy Wynette kind of stand by your man woman. And then she stayed with him. Tammy Wynette, stand by your man, even if he performs sodomy in the other room with another woman. Something like that. Stand by your man. I just think the whole thing was disgusting. And now we've got more disgusting things coming in with this dark relationship, the Clintons, which, if you track it, has unbelievable atrocities attached to it. I'm not saying they're guilty of anything. I'm saying it's a trail of cover-up. You Google the words Clinton death count, and you will see a trail of cover-up of over 50 people that have died mysterious deaths, all related to, like, a few days before they're going to testify at a case against Bill groping some woman, she dies. Things like that. Vince Foster dying in the White House but being found across the street. No, I'm not jealous. I'm just concerned that we've got real lack of integrity in the White House. Let's face it. This is a cute little sign. Mexican food so authentic Donald Trump would build a wall around it. Mouth-watering food that you'd want to have a wall around. There's no wig on. My hair is what it is. I'm going to switch sides in just a second. Sarah's going to come back once she fixes the sensitivity issue.
No, you can come over here.
Okay, I'll do it.
Sensitivity issue.
Okay, Sarah will take over the show, and you want to talk to her anyway. I'll work on it. I'm going to go change my venue here.
Settings. Okay. The Properties Windows allows you to personalize your pointing device settings. Okay. Scrolling. Scroll items under pointer. The items enable reverse scrolling direction. It's like working, but I think it's only on Chrome, maybe? No, it still has some tapping. Pinch zoom, maybe. I don't need to rotate. I'll let him figure out that. It's a disembodied voice. Sarah, no news, please. You just want me to sit and stare into the camera at you. I don't like all these things above my head. Can I move them? I'm just gonna move them down here because above my head they seem like they're cutting off my forehead. My eyes. There we go. No, David does not wear a toupee. It's all his natural hair. Please don't say that David wears a toupee because it's totally his natural hair. David has worn a hairpiece, a wig before, but he wore the wig in order to make fun of Donald Trump. But David normally does not wear a wig. Yes, that's what I said. No, 720. David is definitely a man and endowed with all of the things that God gives men. No, David is not a ginger. If anything, I have ginger in my hair, but it's very dark red. Hi, Allura. How are you? I know. What? Is your girlfriend blind? What? I made you happy the other night when I was talking about kids losing it at complex fractions and long division, and I love fractions. I actually have some videos that I created based on complex fractions. So if you want help learning complex fractions, I can refer you to some videos. Love you too, Allura. Look at it. 720, use your imagination. I know, we have been together for years. What? Antique, stop. You're freaking out for some reason, and you shouldn't nag any woman. You should just accept her, flaws and all. Otherwise, it's going to be like you have so many women and so many children from so many different women. You need to, accept that nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. She's not perfect. No one's perfect. You need to accept people the way they are. Nobody's perfect. What did you expect?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, I'll work on this.
Okay. Is David perfect? No, I just said nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
But look, David does have a almost perfect profile. You don't keep going over there. See, look at that beautiful, perfect profile. So pretty close. You muted me just because I said I was telling you the truth. I was gonna write this. Yeah, I made you laugh. You're coughing. I'm good at putting him in his place. Or right? Oh, goodness. Oh, she's in the. Come on, seriously? You have a woman that's willing to cook for you? You should be grateful. That's one thing I wouldn't do. Ask David. I don't even remember the last time I cooked a meal for him.
Don't worry about it. It's not your problem.
I know. What's the problem then? What's not worth it? Let's hear all of your gripes and complaints, and I'll just start going down the list of things that could be worse. I mean, seriously, maybe you just like need a little break, but I think you should just accept her the way she is. Well, okay, so let her know, hey, I need some me time and go take a walk. I mean, of course, no one should be around each other 24/7. How do you work on your man? I don't think that a man is something that you need to work on and fix. I think maybe if you work on yourself and accepting yourself and accepting your people as they are, then you'll actually realize that your man is fine the way he is. You trust me, you wouldn't want someone that's just like you around all the time. At least I wouldn't want someone just like me. Actually, you know what? That's the thing I heard this person say about, and also, here's another thing. I will say this about working on relationships. There's this guy, he did some research, and he could accurately, and he followed these people, he could accurately predict a divorce rate with a 95% accuracy after listening to a 3-minute conversation between two people. Anyway, what was it that made the people that led to being together versus being divorced? 4-to-1 positive comments. Actually, 5-to-1 or 6-to-1. For the thing is that you really need to start. Just like me, I personally would not want to hear negative nag, 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 nag. I mean, Anne now,
or
Antique,
complain
all the time. Like Antique could go into see his girlfriend who's cooking dinner for him and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know I really appreciate you making dinner for me. Hey, maybe you deserve to, take a walk by yourself. Do something for yourself." And then, that's what I would say. 4-to-1 positive. And also you need to do 4-to-1 positive for yourself too. I mean, sometimes we have these voices in our own head, like saying, you're not good enough, you're not blah, blah, blah. And change those around to be like, yet. Or, you should say, hey, you are a beautiful person. I tell myself, like, in the mirror, I'm like, I love you. I love you.
I love you. It's nice to hear those words.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Keep going. You're doing the great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Your girlfriend makes great dinners for
That's
you.
good,
Love her
yes.
for it. And you let her know. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is Dr. Phil. I'm just saying be positive. 514.
Okay, I restarted the computer. There's some sort of a glitch in the computer that did that. It's working now.
Okay, try it on Chrome because I felt like Chrome was doing that.
Okay, we'll go back to Chrome and test it out. Tonight's kind of a technology anti-war rally.
So Bog Monster, here's what I suggest. You say you wake up to reality and it's back to your 9-to-5 grind. If you are doing what you love for work, even if you're not getting paid as whatever you're getting paid now, then I bet you're going to be appreciative of your work more than you are now. So I would say this. What would you do if you knew you could not fail?
Wow, that's a great question. Wow, that's a terrific question. What would you do if you knew you would not fail? Yes, I will disable the needed processes on new laptop. Yeah, I'm thinking of running advanced system cleaner on this. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I think we should get rid of whatever that was that always pops up.
The Geek Buddy.
Yeah, I think we should get rid of that.
That means we have to get rid of another software system for antiviral.
I still think that we I'm considering that.
You have another antiviral system you want to... Anyone recommend any good antivirus systems for free?
Anti-malware bytes.
Okay, let's do anti-malware bytes instead.
Or malware bytes and, I don't know, Avast.
I'm going to pull that one off. And that browser goes with it. Or it'll keep the browser. But yeah, that's a major move,
Ubuntu.
I don't really think that's the problem, and that's going to take a lot of updating.
You need to take the Compass for entrance into school. You need tutoring. What's the Compass? It's like a math and English test. Just the math portion.
One person says 360 total security, another person says Bitdefender, and then somebody likes Avast. Huh.
Avast. What do they say? Bitdefender. I have heard good things about Bitdefender. I'll ask my dad too. Bitdefender.com. Solutions free. I have heard things about Bitdefender.
Yeah.
If you like what you do, it's called a hobby. If you get paid for it, bonus. Exactly. So spend like 2 hours. If you hate your job, spend an hour a day or 2 hours a day doing what you love and looking for a job in the field that you love.
Did you download that item?
I don't.
The GWX?
I thought I might have.
Okay,
I don't
check.
know. Maybe I didn't because it had some weird issues. No, I didn't. Okay, here's what Rex says.
Yeah.
Bitdefender is anti-malware. Avast is antivirus. He has both.
Okay, well, I'd be making a big move because right now I'm doing a Komodo on that unit.
I believe it, Mad Dog.
And they run all these Geek Buddy things constantly. No, you can't mod
Not
for us.
everything.
We don't take mods here. Thanks for offering, though. Yeah, well, I would get that, but again, I'd have to completely come off of Komodo, and it runs large amounts of RAM. Okay. No, getting a Mac is like going back in time and putting your head in like as a Neanderthal thing to do. Macs are like 10 or 15 years behind the current PC technology. You know that, right? They only release things in a timely manner.
Well, actually, Bog Monster, I think that you're hungry because you need a little carbohydrates in order to process all of that protein.
ABG and
so
advanced system curing,
take a piece of, like, that's why they often serve a piece of garlic bread with a steak or a potato with a steak, because you need, if you just ate a steak and you didn't eat any carbohydrates, you need to eat some carbohydrates to help you process that. You can't 466. How do I get you a loan without David finding out? That's not going to happen. I know. I'm a smart cookie. You could even have a cookie that would have your carbos. And you don't need too much. Oh, absolutely. You do not have to request our permission to simulcast this show on local shortwave radio, but I will say, yes, you have our permission to simulcast the show on local shortwave radio, and I appreciate you doing so. Tell me when you are, and then I'll say, hi, everyone. If you're listening to us on shortwave radio, I'll do a little intro. If you'd like to record a little intro to play before you simulcast the show, too, that would be fine, too. Don't rap you out. That's embarrassing. Hip, hop, hippity, hip, dip. I can't really do too much rapping.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that.
Nervous stitching. Will the new computer work? Considering Sarah has bought it in January and didn't really touch it since then.
No, it has a 3-year warranty, so I don't really like download.cnet.
problem.
I'm terrible. They
Boogie,
run this
boogie.
ridiculous commercial.
I don't know.
I'm going to go. I think what I'm going to do with this, because it's working fine now, I'm going to go ahead and get advanced system care. And then that may supersede.
Is this what is this? This is advanced system care?
Yeah, that's advanced
I
system
like
care.
that.
Yeah. It tells you your CPU usage, and Scissor Fight recommends it. So, and I may get another. If it may supersede the Komodo, advanced system care has its own anti-malware kit.
Yeah.
And it may just tell the Geek Buddy to go away. But normally Geek Buddy was an optional event at Komodo for years, and now it's an automatic thing on the new Windows 8 and Windows 10.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have, Scissor Fight? An image you want us to look at? Windows 8 is horrible. Maybe that's our problem. Maybe we should go to Windows 10. I'm beginning to feel you. I don't use IOBit products if I can avoid it. Well, that comes bundled with Advanced System Care IOBit products. It automatically downloads. I just don't use them. All right, maybe we shouldn't download Advanced System Care. It's just going to create more bells and whistles to constantly touch on the screen. All right. Well, if you want to get rid of Komodo, I'll take over the show and we'll go from there. Because I don't really see any point in doing any of this. Even the GWX control panel free download, I mean, we may end up downloading Windows 10 for all I know. Try System Mechanic.
If you think that crap works.
I don't think it works, no.
Okay, this is Chatroom Celebrity is giving us the best free antivirus utilities for 2016 article from PC Magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The top rated ones are Bitdefender, Panda Security. I remember
Avast.
Panda Security. Remember we met Panda Security at
Yeah, I
Interop?
remember meeting them.
Panda is security in the cloud. Yeah. Thank you, Yeman. Appreciate it, Mrs. Sponheim. Her name is Mrs. Sarah to you. Do they have one in the cloud? Okay. ABG Free Technologies has got good ratings.
Hello, all you listeners on shortwave radio. My name is Sarah, and I represent David Sponheim, who's running for president under America's Third Party. That is President of the United States of America. To find out more about him and to see a video of my beautiful face and his beautiful face, please go to AmericasThirdParty.com. Again, that's AmericasThirdParty.com. There you'll also find a great chat room with other people who like to talk to people like you, but aren't as smart and can't go on shortwave radio. All right.
Cool. Welcome to Shortwave Radio, people.
I do want to give a shout out to the Explorist in the chat room who has kindly offered to simulcast our show on shortwave radio.
Wow, that's cool. That's great. You know, that will bridge past some of the problems we've had in Japan. Last week, a UHF signal was shut down, preventing people from watching our show. But now it's up and running, thankfully. But anybody who has broadcast ability, and by the way, any of you who want to go to AmericasThirdParty.com can actually get a full 3,000 hours of broadcasting off our YouTube site. Just put it on a playlist and play it. And it will literally play 3,000 hours. So if you want to run 24/7 of the show off of your server at home, you can. America's Third Party is looking for people to help promote us anywhere you are, no matter where you are. We, however, cannot take donations from any non-U.S. citizens on our website. So please don't make any donations. Unless you're a U.S. citizen. That would be very helpful. We haven't had a lot of donations. We're not really relying on donations to get success here, but any donations are very welcome. So what do you think we should do, ABG or? System Mechanic's not on the list.
So these three are I guess, editor's choices.
Yeah, ABG's got the highest rating, I think.
Well, AVG has the most green boxes. Also, that website rating, so they rate the websites. They have on-access malware scans, and so I don't know. I would say AVG.
Yeah, nothing is tax deductible. Any donation is non-tax deductible.
Correct.
We're not a 501c4.
And if you donate more than $50 or more, I do have to report your name and address to the FEC. If you donate $200 or more, I have to report your name, address, occupation, and employer to the FEC. Donations are not tax deductible. You would be donating to a political campaign.
All right, so I'm going to go with the AVG, I think, and just take Komodo off.
Okay. You could download AVG first, yeah.
Oh, this is free trial. Oh, no. I don't want to, no. That's the thing, the free trial means that a discount expires and the whole thing. It's just a trial operation. I don't want a trial.
Okay, then go to Panda.
Okay, let's do Panda. We met those people. They might have a better choice. Yeah, Panda seems like a good fit for this computer.
Look at their
Yeah. And they have cloud-based security as well.
They have this is almost the same as AVG, so.
Okay, yeah. Let's see what they have. Start free month. Oh, see, again, start free month. I'm liking Komodo every single time I see these start free month. Nope, we're not going to do Panda either. Okay, we're sticking with Komodo. I don't care if the Geek Buddy keeps telling me we've got internal errors. The other option is to download the advanced system care that it may.
What about Avast?
Okay, well, I'll look it up. Do Avast just to see what they have. I mean,
or
it
this
says
one's
free month
even
for
better.
free.
Actually, this one looks really good. Is Sophos, but I don't know if that's free month.
Well, they all say free. Let me see what the Avast says. Let's see. If it says download your first free month, go to download. Okay, the basic, it offers advanced security and a free antivirus essential. Okay. Stop anything nasty. It detects viruses, malware. I think Avast looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're sorry. As you can see, we're downloading some antivirus on our other computer. We talk about all kinds of things. Yes, David's running for president and often talks about politics, but we talk about life too.
Well, we need to, first of all, we need to move the camera over to the right for me.
Okay.
Thank you. There we go. We are essentially a group of people throughout the country that are becoming more and more aware of the corruption in our nation. And we have been working on this for 7 years. I left the Democratic Party in 2007 because, actually, I've been doing this for 10 years with Sarah, really. I mean, we kind of just lost interest in the Democratic Republican Party. I'm not into either one of the parties anymore. I was never a Republican. And I'm getting tired of the whole idea of relying on corrupt parties to lead me to a better country. So we started America's Third Party because we felt that honest people should really start their own party. Yeah. Nothing is sad about anything I'm saying, so don't say that's so sad, David. So we believe that this is going to take a lot more effort than most people realize. And my commitment is based on my principles. I don't draw a penny from this activity. The Bilderberg Group should not be meeting privately without oversight, without public exposure in any kind. We need public disclosure of what they do in order for them to legally meet in America. And I'm surprised they haven't been charged with violating the Logan Act. In no way is this a waste of time. I have gone from 10 viewers in 2008 to over 150,000 to 500,000 viewers today. So you can't tell me that I'm wasting my time. I've been facing censorship for the past 7 years, yet the international community is responding very well to our message. And our message is one of peace and also improving the environment, which everyone would love right now. The message the Democrats have pushed, the cap and trade legislation, is stale and ineffective. We have a plan of innovation where we stimulate the innovation using the same tool that FDR used, the idea of war bonds. We have the idea of renewable energy savings bonds, similar to the war bonds of the 1930s that FDR used to fund, obviously, the war in the 1940s.
Thanks for the people that are watching us in Sweden, Japan, and a special shout out to those merchant marine vessels. You do a great job. Thanks for bringing all of our wonderful goods into our country. Keep up the good work. Oh, aren't you in your safe zone now, Mad Dog? You're in your safe zone. Welcome to the safe zone at America's Third Party. No, David was never invited to join Skull and Bones, and David would not join any secret societies. Trust me when I say this. If someone told David about a secret society, you would probably hear about it that night.
Look at all the downloads that came in on Chrome right here. It's like all of these things you clicked on, kept clicking on it, they all downloaded. Multiple copies of each one. Isn't that unreal? So I have my choice to choose from here. But they're all sitting there waiting to be.
So just the first the best one.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I think I better get rid of Komodo first. I think I better get rid of other antiviral
Either
systems.
way, or download a new one and then get rid of the old one just in case. That's
Download the new one.
download the new antiviral and then get rid of the old antiviral.
Alrighty, yeah. Okay, it's downloading.
That's
Now it wants to execute. It's already on the computer.
yeah.
So-
Then you have to run it.
Yeah, I don't want to run it until I get rid of the old one. It's going to be writing over an empty area.
Okay, whatever. That's fine.
I always uninstall before I install.
Thank you. 325 thinks we're super genetic people. I don't know about that. We're more like we're average American people. We're like you. That's what I would say. We're like you. Only way to not have eyes on anything is to not have the internet. The eyes are everywhere. What frequency on shortwave is the broadcast the Explorist? Someone would like to know. Well, thank you for your belief in me, 325. Well, not if it's a different version, 278. If it's a new version of the same thing, then it would uninstall it. David doesn't need any of those things, 466. In fact, medical companies are looking at David's blood to see if they can create a new pill to compete against the Viagra.
That's pretty funny.
Not really, but
That's pretty funny. Oh, you're funny. No, it's just I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm an older guy.
they would if they knew. They would if they knew.
I was a really sick kid. I got to tell you, I really did have a lot of illnesses as a child. I've met people who've never had illnesses hardly at all, and you know, it's interesting. I had as many illnesses as a child practically as Teddy Roosevelt, who also faced the same traumatic childhood. Teddy Roosevelt and I share quite a bit. Did you get a picture of this? Did you copy
Yeah, I
it?
just copied it. I
Okay.
thought it was cute, so I saved it.
Yeah, I actually have more in common with Teddy Roosevelt than you might think.
Just compliment her. That's it. Just 4-to-1 compliments.
Yeah.
Yeah, David just asked me if I downloaded that picture, Ilura. That totally looks like you. Like if someone said, this is a young picture of David Sponheim. It's actually a young picture of Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, this is Teddy Roosevelt when he was about
Except
19.
he had too much stubble. But if you got rid of the stubble, it would look like a young picture of David Sponheim.
It is pretty close, I gotta tell you. It's like uncanny how much we look alike.
Sure, you want me to fix
I have
your
to
face?
lift my fingers up.
Just go like... oh, here you go. Except your head. There you go. Ooh, there you go. Pretty close. That's pretty good.
My fellow Americans, America needs a new leader. We need another Teddy Roosevelt. We need a man who will inspire industry and improve our nation.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here now, 933. Next time, bookmark AmericasThirdParty.com, and that way it won't take you 2 hours to get into the chat. Or at least you won't miss half the video.
Hey, I'm gonna do something right now. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually get rid of Geek Buddy. What a concept! Huh?
Yay!
You know?
That's all you have to do to
Yeah.
make me happy.
Let's do
Sarah's
that.
very happy at just small things. Just get rid of Geek Buddy.
That'd be great. Please, Geek Buddy, go away.
That's so funny. Thanks, 325. All right. WiseCare 365. Okay, I've asked up. We are looking at that. What is this? Mad Dog, I guess I'll look at what you said. Small things. Like smiles. And saying, I love you. I love you. How do you boil water properly? Well, you can start with hot water because boiled water is hot. So if you could get it hot out of your tap, the hottest you can get it out of your tap, then start with that. And then put it on the stove and come back every 10 minutes. That would be good. You could burn the kettle if you let all of your water evaporate. Avast is good. Mad Dog says Avast is good virus protection and it talks to you. And you can even set it to use a pirate voice to talk to you.
I don't know if I'm really ready for it. But I mean, what I find out really interesting is I can't get rid of GeekBuddy.
Why can't you get it? Won't.
It says select program. I did. And it says uninstall. And you go uninstall. Where is it? There's no place to uninstall.
Maybe up into the corner over there.
No. There's no installation button. You right click on it, say change, and it instantly tries to reinstall it.
Oh.
They've got some real tricks to keep these things on your computer, I'll tell you.
So what if you get rid of Komodo, then will it uninstall?
You know, I'm going to see if I can get rid of Komodo, because, see, then the uninstall button is there. So Komodo made it so you cannot uninstall GeekBuddy until you uninstall Komodo. All right, goodbye Komodo. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Let's just relax, you know. She's a tech goddess. Let's put Sarah in charge of the tech opportunity here.
I wouldn't call myself a tech goddess, but I do love technology.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
We have a studio now where we have all our tech in one area, and
well, who wouldn't, Antique? I mean, especially with what you know, what has been revealed tonight.
oh, really? Avast sucks? 360 beat their butts? No kidding. Okay, Avast sucks. We have word from the chat room, guest 692. Say yes, just get rid of it. Yeah. I'm so tired of the GeekBuddy thing.
That's what I'm tired of, too.
All right.
What's that, Dindu? Nothings?
Didn't do nothing.
Bitdefender is better than all.
Bitdefender is better. You know, I'm really beginning to wonder, will Bitdefender handle...
Some people are saying.
You believe I'm Dana Carvey? You know, we have some similarities. He lives down the street from me, so...
It would be nice if he lived down the street from you. Then I would send him cookies and get to know him.
No, he does. He lives down the street. You haven't seen him?
No.
He's in that...
Have his address?
I don't want to make a big deal about it. He's in that old trailer, that dingy trailer. He's trying to lay low ever since his heart surgery. Well, isn't that special? Well, the question is it a taco or a hot dog? Yeah, so he's cool. Church lady. He hasn't done a lot of work lately, and his last reveal on Leno, or when was it? When Leno was still broadcast, I think he did Jimmy Kimmel. Let me see. Wasn't that funny? Dana Carvey, yeah. I don't know. He may be losing his edge. We're not sure. Here's the Wheels of Impressions coming off. It was.
Now, how it works is I'll press this button here, which activates the impression generator. Started! Yeah, all right! Birdie, I don't have a bird. The Kit Kat bar! You understand? The Kit Kat bar!
Regis. Yeah, but it was good. It was good, because there's Regis in everybody.
Regis in everyone.
There's Regis in everybody.
Regis in everybody.
Is in Trump. Regis is in Trump. Let me tell you right now, Joy and I went out to dinner, you understand?
Regis is the core of every voice.
How can you not like that guy? He is hilarious. He's very funny. Yeah. Wayne's World. Dana Carvey's a guy I could probably hang out with for about 5 minutes without being, bored out of my mind. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to go with Avast. It's on the list. We've also got the GWX control panel to prevent that Windows 10 thing from popping up again. So, yeah, Dana is super funny. How do you beat the work that he did on Saturday Night Live? In the long run, it really proved to be some of the best work that they ever produced.
I think on video, David will soon beat Regis's record. Maybe not on television, but on internet video.
Yeah.
David will have produced more video than Regis did.
I have already reached over 7,000 hours of online broadcasting. And I've been doing this for 7 years. And not many people can do this without scripts and continue to succeed in making an entertaining show. But yeah, he and I have a similar face. It's kind of interesting. I never realized that. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Well, the question I have, though, in every single aspect of our societies today, we keep seeing evil influences. You know, that's the big problem. We are just losing that decency. I'm beginning to wonder if evil hasn't been engaged heavily at the highest level, like the UN. And I found out recently that this organization, Lucis Trust, which we're going to run another show tonight about Lucis Trust. It is a roster level UN organization that it got its namesake from Lucifer. Isn't that wild? It's like, how could this organization be nested at the heart of the UN? Yeah, it's been evil for many years, I know. And you got to wonder, how can we put trust in an agency like that? So when I'm president, count on Dana Carvey being given a role in my cabinet. No, I'm just kidding. Count on me pulling the UN direct responsibilities of the Millennium Directive out of our agenda. We currently have, Obama's offered $55 billion over a 10-year period to the UN, and we don't have that to waste. We really don't. There's no way we can keep that kind of money up. There's no possible way that will help advance Millennium Directive either. So we have to actually cut back on that expense.
I like biscuits and fried okra, but I've never really made them.
Yeah, pulling back on the Millennium Directive, $55 billion over 10 years, it's ridiculous. We can't possibly make a commitment like that to an organization that clearly has satanic involvement. I mean that. And I'm not, many of you atheists are going to say, well, you may not believe in God, but you do believe evil exists. I mean, I think I've got atheists voting for me on this one too. You know that evil can live incarnate in man's heart. And if the UN is corrupt as we think it is, we got problems, folks. Because most of our major documents for preparations for martial law have the UN directive written into it. And Agenda 21 is inextricably connected to the UN. It's dark. It's like they're using the UN as their vehicle to control the world and have a global new world order. That's really what it's about. And I will retain our position as a voting member on the UN, but in no way should we lead, in no way should we fund this organization. Kofi Annan actually had sons that were involved in corruption, selling oil to Saddam Hussein, to the French and the Russians. They were profiting from this. Well, then get rid of Geek Buddy directly through the control panel now. See if we'll get rid of it. No, that's a tough one. Control panel on this thing is hard. You got to go to the main page.
Yeah.
And then go to this setting, I think. It's up at the top section. No, it's not there. It's pull out of there and go back to the actual computer page. Let me try that. Boy, these.
Oh wait, it's down here.
There it is. You found the control panel. They put a control panel at the very small part of the bottom of Windows 8. Oh yeah, we don't need the control panel at all. Hillary's donations to charity were mostly to her own charity, the Clinton Foundation. Is this weird or what? Thank you, Scissor Fight. Let's see. Hillary Clinton released 7 years worth of tax returns last week, reflecting tens of millions of dollars of income and some millions of dollars more in charitable giving. Nearly all the charitable giving, although, went to the Clinton Foundation, Family Trust, the foundation, the Clinton Foundation. So this woman's got a way of manipulating money to make it look like she's giving away money when she's giving it to herself. Does that reek of corruption or what? I like Windows 7. Yes, I think the Republican National Committee should actually remove Trump from the running. Trump is going to drive your votes all the way away from the Latino votes your Republicans are looking for because of the things he said about Mexicans. And he's already lost business deals with Mexicans. I mean, it doesn't bode well for him. Plus, the president and ex-president of Mexico said that they would not pay for the effing wall. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for ones that don't have an uninstall, click change, and then it'll pop up something where you can remove it.
Yeah, I did that with Geek Buddy, but it wouldn't remove until I got rid of Komodo.
Oh, maybe.
Geek Buddy had it set so you wouldn't be able to remove it.
It didn't come up with an uninstall.
It automatically reinstalled Geek Buddy.
It says...
No, I know. It would normally say uninstall or install when you hit change, but it automatically kept Geek Buddy on there. So Komodo tricked it. I think they're tricking themselves out of decent business in the future. I mean, nobody wants to be constantly harassed for Windows support and all kinds of things. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Prince has been cremated. All evidence of his death before the final results of his autopsy. Yeah, I know, 466. It looks like cover-up city to me. Cover-up city. Well, what happened in Cleveland is happening all around the country. Violence is common, yeah.
Should I leave Skype on here?
Bernie Sanders supporters could vote for Donald Trump, according to an expert? Not likely. No, very rarely do you see raging communist support for raging fascists. It's not likely. That expert is out of his mind. Most of the supporters for Bernie Sanders would go to me if I get 1 second of mainstream media attention. They'll realize, oh, wow, you've got this great concept called hybrid capitalism. That sounds like socialism to me. A lot of people mistake what we have for socialism.
So I should do a VAS, right?
Yeah, we're going to do a VAS. Go ahead and download it. Yeah, thank you. But we developed this concept of hybrid capitalism back in 2012, which is a very good blueprint for survival for our country, where the government gets a return on investment and no longer relies solely on the taxation to finance operations. Okay, and we don't think that's right. We think that the fact that the country is relying on tax money, taxing and spending to finance operations is an inherent problem in our nation's economy. So we came up with hybrid capitalism, where the government can compete in the free market without unfair advantage. Biggest difference there between us and socialism. Socialism has unfair advantage, embraces corporate control, and literally with corporate fascism integrated with that, you've got national socialism. We have a form of national socialism right now in our country. So we want to drift more toward a centrist economic theme where we spawn free enterprise, and we also lower regulations on small business significantly. Nothing about it is BS. It's all legit. We are actually forging a way forward for economic growth so that we take the best possible plans for economic growth and piece them all together in kind of a hybrid fashion. The biggest problem with socialism, it creates bigger government. Hybrid capitalism shrinks government but makes it more effective. That's one of the ways we can sell this idea. All right, so we wrote a 200-page book, or near 200 pages. You can download it for 99 cents at our website, AmericasThirdParty.com. Let me get that name up there in the
Hybrid
top section.
Capitalism by David Sponheim.
So our website is AmericasThirdParty.com, and we have on it a poster to get easily printed. Simply right-click the poster and send it to your hard drive, and then email it to OfficeMax, and you can print this up for $1.
When you drink, you think people listen.
On cardstock. So the cardstock actually is the best solution because it makes a good poster, color print on cardstock. Pretty cool. All right, so we're going to take a look again at the news. Obviously, we obviously have to look at that.
Well, some people call streaming services where you can watch video online. That's basically streaming.
Okay, they're still looking for this perpetrator of the 8 deaths in Ohio. They've cremated Prince's body ahead of schedule without good, solid autopsy results. implying possible cover-up. And we are going to play our Can't Stop song, in which I get up and dance. Now, remember, that's 2,000 calories in my stomach moving around and digesting at the same time. So my dance will be somewhat subdued today. All right? And Sarah can continue working on the download while I dance. You don't have to get up.
Oh, I'm done.
We can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop. We can't stop, we can't stop. We can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop.
So let's be clear. In this coming election year, please vote for David Sponheim. America's Third Party.
Sponheim for president.
We can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop, we can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop, can't stop.
First we hit 'em low, then we hit 'em high. Underrated, but we made it to the finish line. Rhymes designed to combine and intertwine. Spring to the summer, fall, even winter time. Beats banging harder, then head-on collisions. We make incisions with precision and quick decisions, causing double visions. If you ain't up to speed, you need to speed it up. Honda, piano read.
We can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop, can't stop.
I'm having too much fun watching this cat.
Can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop,
I should
can't stop.
dance more.
Can't stop, can't stop.
I gotta work my body every day.
Can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop, can't stop.
Some things off before you
Can't stop,
like,
can't stop.
Can't
stop and we won't stop.
In this coming election year, please vote for David Sponheim. America's Third Party.
Can't stop, can't stop. Can't stop and we won't stop. We're gonna dance all night, bring it on to the sunlight. Can't stop, can't stop. Can't stop, can't stop.
It is the weekend.
All right, I got my body. They say you got to get your blood pressure up every day. Thank
We
you.
can't stop and we won't stop.
But we're going to stop right now because we just played the song already. Yeah. All right. Okay, I got to wonder here. Ted Cruz's father was at the JFK assassination. I mean, this is getting weird. Ted Cruz had a list of prostitutes he went to through Deborah Palfrey, the madam in D.C. I mean, how can this guy keep running? He's got all this baggage, and then you got Donald with his cavorting around his wife and the whole thing and the nude pictures. I mean, what's America turning into? Thank
Great
you.
dance tune. Ted Cruz can't dance as good as you.
Thank you. Sarah's digesting. I'm much more aggressive. I have to keep that food moving around in my stomach, otherwise it'll go nowhere. Google staffers have at least 427 meetings at the White House over the course of Obama's presidency, averaging more than one a week. Yeah, that's because Google is being run by the government. When Eric Schmidt got a job at the Department of Defense last week, or 2 weeks ago, everybody should have known that the government has been running Google since the beginning.
Do you want me to update these?
That's a mass scan. No. Oh yeah, update Skype. Yeah.
And what
Yeah, if you want, do you have WinZip? Let's do WinZip.
it's
Yeah.
downloaded.
All right. Yeah, let's update it. You got to make an emote of that. Sarah was in it. Oh, we should. I know.
No.
Yeah. Well, dancing is not something that we want to, make a big deal out of. Just because I dance during the show, it's for exercise. People aren't getting enough exercise. They sit on the monitor all the time.
Like me.
Well, it's just the fact that I got to do this. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Newly compiled data reveals Google and its affiliates have attended meetings at the White House more than once a week, on average. So he's basically using the backbone of the Department of Defense and Google to monitor our daily lives. Well, I lost a little weight recently. I'm trying to, well, I'm wearing a 17 collar here, so. I think this is a 17 and a half, actually. Yeah, that's why it's a little loose on me. Yeah, I'm just a little concerned that Google is nesting in the government White House, and with that kind of a connectivity and with social networks, you got to wonder, what are the American people going to do when everything is being constantly monitored and we don't have any oversight over them? That's the problem. Yeah, we got some Richard Doty videos tonight. Richard Doty was the FBI disinformation expert who was put in place to tell us all that there are aliens. And he worked heavily in the alien sector over the past 20 years. Richard Doty, that story has been advancing ever since I saw a special on television. I brought it into our show. But he's a self-admitted disinformation artist for the FBI. So many of you who are believing that the government is hiding alien information, it may be the opposite. They may be pushing alien information. I know that's hard for you to understand, but the idea that there's an alien agenda is basically an attempt to create a fear of aliens and blame everything on aliens. So the government's been very, very good at making fake UFO sightings, putting out all kinds of weird lights, and they've got tremendous capabilities. They've got holographic capabilities. So they could create Jesus descending from a cloud if they really wanted to, right in front of your house. And your mother, who's a very religious, will be kneeling down and praying to him, and you'll say, "Mom, it's a hologram." "How can you say such heresy?" And they'll believe it's really Jesus. So, I mean, don't put anything past the government at this point in terms of their ability to take you on a journey other than reality. So while they were dumping chemicals all over the earth, and have been doing so for probably 2, 3, maybe 4 decades, we have been sitting around going, "Oh, I bet there's aliens out there." Even though 5.4 billion people have cameras and camera phones in the world, there's no credible pictures of an alien. There's not one credible picture of an alien. So it's called blue beam technology, yes, and they can fake a lot of things, including alien spacecraft. So don't put that past the government, because they're trying to use every means possible for you to not admit what is staring at you right in the face every day that you go outside. Chemtrails. The incessant pollution of our planet by our government without oversight, without peer review, without the government involved in the discussion. Were you ever consulted on what you're breathing? No. Did anyone in the government ever say, "Well, we're going to ask you, folks, if you'd like to be sprayed like insects"? No, nobody did. So they want us to talk about aliens instead of what's really happening, which is they're spraying us like insects. Okay, here we go. Pope Francis, we know, he didn't meet Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders went all the way over there and violated the Logan Act, in my opinion, to try to get to an endorsement from Pope Francis. Now he's reneging on an offer to take in Christian refugees. And I said when Bernie Sanders went over there, I said, what is Bernie Sanders smoking? I mean, he really believes that the Pope, who turned away over 200,000 Jewish immigrants trying to flee Nazi Germany, not this Pope, but the Vatican did. This Pope was involved in the Vatican rat lines, moving Nazis into Argentina. He's going to meet with a Jewish candidate for presidency? I mean, what is he thinking? And now we find out he's turning on Christian refugees. Can you believe we are even allowing the issue of the Pope to enter this political discussion? Technically, we are separating church from state here, and we're not even supposed to talk about this guy. And he should not infest our government's political operation whatsoever. Zuckerberg is part of it, yeah. He's a Bilderberger now. Mark is possibly even a Rothschild. We don't know. All I know is that something happened when Mark Zuckerberg... Thank you, Mad Dog. When Mark Zuckerberg spent $19 billion We got Obama in the workout room. Yeah, let's take a look. It's a candid interview of Obama in the workout room. Okay, this is at 40 seconds. Okay, not bad. I like that face he's making. That's pretty cool. Is that Reggie Love he's working out with? Yeah, he could be Reggie Love. His homosexual workout buddy. Yeah. I don't know, man. It looks like a good dance move. We should run that to some music a little bit later tonight. Well, the fact is the Pope is being used as a Marxist handler and influencing politics. And he can bench 50 or he can't bench 50. Okay, whatever. He's a high rep guy. They're pink girly weights. I know, yeah. Okay. No, I'm not a Mason. I will never join the Masons. I'm not in any way going to join the secret societies ever. I'm not the kind of person that would ever do that. At all. Yeah, Obama turned out to be a shill for the New World Order. Many of you are figuring that out. I turned it off. And don't get excited. Some women like seeing homosexual men work out. I know. It's one of your fascinating things about you. You didn't know our president was gay? Oh, many of you didn't know that he was gay. Well, I'm sorry we have to actually reveal the truth, but yeah, we've already got a gif of this. Look at him work. He's stretching, man. Those are girly weights that he's working on. You know, it could be the artificial chip he has in his head that is the problem. Thanks for that gif. Yeah, maybe his chip only allows him to get that much exercise per day. You didn't know he was chipped and he's gay? No, I'm not gay. You probably voted for Obama and that's why your gaydar is all screwed up. You didn't know that he was gay. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that Obama's homosexual past was public knowledge in 2008. But nobody seems to bother check, you know. Obama workout. Okay. All right, we've established that Michael Obama is his gay lover, transgender first lady. Are you up to speed? Are you fully aware you voted for a gay Muslim married to a transgender? You didn't know that when you voted for Obama in 2 separate elections? Well, it better late than never. I'm glad some of you finally realized this. I don't hate trannies. I'm looking for the LGBTQ vote, if you guys are interested. Sarah, you're going to take a break. Thank you for updating that. So Avast is in there now?
Yeah.
And it's already updated? It's definition list?
Yeah, or whatever it does. It already ran a scan.
That's amazing.
I already scanned.
A lot less hassles than Komodo, man.
They say what needs an update.
Okay, I'll work on that.
And it wasn't able to update it for some reason.
Yeah, that's because Skype really doesn't need an update. I just updated it. But yeah, it does help me running for president because I have to get you to realize you voted for a homosexual Muslim at a time when our country was being attacked by Muslims. And it would have been fine if he'd just been open about his gayness. But the fact is he hasn't been upfront about his homosexuality. And I'm tired of mincing words about this and pretending like this isn't what's happening. We are so far down the rabbit hole that I can't tell you. I've never had a gay experience. I'm not gay. And like I said, you probably voted for Barack Obama and your gaydar is all screwed up. So let me help you realign your gaydar. Okay? I don't care if he's gay. It doesn't matter if he's married to a tranny. That's irrelevant to me. What matters to me is that he lied and he didn't tell us the truth. And his Muslim past is a very big part of why we are running into problems with this guy. He's promoting Muslims, deference to Muslims across the country. He's allowing refugees into the country. Up to 120,000 they estimate will be coming in from Syria and other areas. All because you voted for this gay Muslim man who clearly has been lying through his teeth incessantly. And he obviously lifts weights like a girly man. Would it be better if I talk like Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yeah. I'm a cybernetic organism. Human flesh of a metal exoskeleton. Yeah. He's a girly man. I don't have a Gulfstream, no. David, your best friend touched your naked leg. No, it wasn't naked, and it was a guy who's like totally drunk, and he was like, "How you doing, Dave? I love you, man." And he puts his hand on me as he's on my leg as he's going, "I love you, man." It's like, yeah, man, I love you too, but could you take your hand off my leg? No, man, I really love you. Like, man, this is so sad. Hey, this sad little man is getting 500,000 views right now, so you just take your crap and stick it where the sun doesn't shine, okay, buddy? Yeah. No, I was just talking to Sarah about what a sad tragedy the Warren Buffett stock is. You know, I'm not real happy with what Warren Buffett's all about. I'm a little bit concerned that the guy is kind of turning a blind eye to his own children. I mean, they need to be integrated into his company. I don't get it. I mean, it's like he's not even helping his sons that work, you know, on the company itself. It's like, come on, man. Bring your kids in. Get them involved. All right. He's a success story, though. I mean, anybody who inherits all that money is bound to make money, I'm sure. Isn't that the problem, though? I mean, all these people making money on their dad's money, like Trump and his dad, Ted Turner and his dad. And they all think they're like self-made men. They walk around so bragging that they made so much money on their dad's money. You have 15 shares? That's expensive. Yeah. I don't invest. You know, it's not that I don't like Warren Buffett. It's just that I don't understand why he doesn't get a robust plan to help his children out. That would be great. You know, they're not going to be able to survive with the little bit of money that they're given, you know, as their allowance. You know, there are famous people that won't even help their family members out, like Gene Simmons. He's openly said he's not going to give his kids much money. You know, it's like, how do you expect it? They're living with the trauma of being famous. You know how hard that is to live with the trauma of being famous? I don't. I do like gay people. Yes, Carter. I just don't like them in a gay way. I mean, I know it's tough being famous, but I don't make a penny doing this, so it's different for me. But those people, they suffer. Their childhood is taken away. They had to make those movies with them.
Is there something else you want me to do?
No, well, you know, yeah, we got everything going on. We got to get the Live Leak show going, if you want. That's always fun to do.
Should we do that?
We'll do the Live Leak during the week. We can wait on Live Leak right now. We'll do the Live Leak during the week. Okay, we did enough on this computer, and it's running better now, and I think the touchpad's working. Thank you, Sarah. Take a break. Go watch some Netflix and enjoy. Thank you.
Tell me all the great things that you like about yourself.
Yeah, just talk about yourself for a while. Let's just see what that sounds like. There are entirely too many Simonses out there.
Simons.
Well, I was talking to Sarah about how the capitalist system is based on people wanting to improve their lives and help their children along. And many people don't realize that it's a big part of the capitalist system is men who want to leave a legacy for their kids. And frankly, I don't have any legacy. I don't have any kids. I'm trying to live this life without having children and without having personal gain. So I don't have that agenda where I want to pass something on to my children, but I know a lot of you do. I have not written my acceptance speech yet, but I am pretty close to winning this election, I know. Even though no one knows who I am. You're right.
I really feel like this show is David's show. So I'm just here to support David and to give him breaks so that he doesn't have the strain of the show always overwhelming him.
It can be overwhelming. I told Sarah her breaks really help. I'm not an investor at all.
Take a break now so that when you come back it won't feel like...
You're absolutely right. Oh gosh, it's already 8:20.
Yeah, I know. So you should go take your break.
The show has been flying along. How do you people put up with this? It's amazing how it flies for us. I'll be right back.
All right. No breaks. Thank you. I know, Bog Monster, you love David. That's okay. No, David is nice. It's fantastic. I don't like this thing above my head, but that's okay. Most of your presidents were in their 60s? Oh, maybe, Allura, maybe. No, David never owned a fast food company, restaurant. And no, David's not a Mennonite. Yes, I do have my own political views. Yes, often reality is not what you see on the internet. No, David and I do not argue. We have an awesome relationship both on camera and off camera. Oh, before David disables guests, you want to say, I'm awesome. Thank you. David is awesome as well. What have I learned from co-hosting this show daily? Persistence. That's what I'll say. Just one word. Persistence. Persevere in anything you want to succeed at. I don't really know. DT Allura, is it kind of like a womanizer? Is a womanite like a womanizer? All right. Be nice, Antique. No, David does not boss me around the house. And no, I don't boss David around the house. We're pretty much nice to each other. I think it's going to take a lot of effort for David to win the presidency. I don't know what you're talking about, 773. Reso X. Oh, respect. Sorry. Oh, man. When was the last time we went out? We actually went out to a wonderful lunch today. Sometimes I do, Master Meatball. I haven't for a while. I have a nice leather skirt, which I don't think I'll fit anymore because I think I gained too much weight this summer, not summer, but winter, because I don't know. Well, I could make excuses, but let's just say I gained too much weight this winter. Not often enough, big hug. What are you talking about, 7113? I am pretty happy. You have leather working, you do leather working, you can expand my black leather skirt so it actually will fit me. I really like my leather skirt, but I do think it'll be too tight on me because it fit me perfectly before I gained this weight. I'm gonna laugh at this, I'm sure, big hug. Right? I've taken a wrong turn. Ah ha ha, no. It's pretty funny, but no. Okay. Yes, exactly. I'm glad. Interesting. All right, thank you for your kind words and compliments saying I'm adorable. That's very sweet. See, all those positives that you say to me make me feel good. So I should say some positives to you. I enjoy this show because I enjoy coming into the room and seeing, watching, reading the chat from you wonderful people. I'm going back and forth with my head because I wanted to move my window over, my chat window, and I think I could finally do it, but it was not working for me. Okay, now it's working, I think. All right. Yes, I am a pretty modest person. That's, I think, one of the appeals. Maybe I can teach other people, women, that a lot of men prefer modesty, and just tell them to use their imagination and don't need to be a cam beep in order to win men over because men like women, period. Like, that's it. You know, men like women, or men like whatever. If you're gay, I guess men like men. But usually they'll like you. You don't have to show anything. Yes, I do have a belly button ring. Yes, I did show it one time on camera. No, I probably will not show it again on camera, especially considering, like, anyway. No. Yes, I try to be a lady. Whatever that means. You envy Meatball's name. Master Meatball. It's kind of funny name. Sarah is the Jedi in the streets, Sith in the sheets. Okay, is a Jedi in the streets and a Sith in the sheets. Okay, if you think so. Use your imagination. Yes, well, the cool thing is, like, I grew up in the 90s and I kind of wanted to be a little bit of a rebel. But I guess, truly, I'm a little bit conservative. That's what makes me a third-party person, right? I can't decide between being a conservative, being a liberal. So I'm kind of a little bit of both. So I decided for a belly button ring instead of like a nose ring or a tongue ring or an eyebrow ring or something like that. Because with a belly button ring, I can always hide it under a t-shirt or a shirt or something like that. But anyway, yes, exactly. I didn't want to do that. I thought about that blind faith at one point, but I thought it might be painful. I am not potato girl. I love my life. I wish you had such a good life that I have. Yeah. I think that would be even more painful. Free fried bacon. Very sensitive. Oh well. If I'm losing viewers, they'll come back when there's something that's not as interesting as me on. There you go. Well, my mama always said you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. So, that's very good. I know, TV too, but actually, I actually am. Sometimes I feel that way, but usually I have strong opinions about some things. I'll say that. And yeah. He doesn't have one of those big hug. David's like a no piercing, no tattoo guy. And I don't have any tattoos either. David's like, if you had tattoos, I probably wouldn't like you. Really? According to the freethoughtproject.com, the entire police force in Colorado quit. And Green Mountain Police Department in Colorado quit. All right. Are there really some weird things happening? Let's be clear. I'm not going to be a fearmonger. I believe that, yes, you should question your government. Yes, you should prepare to right the wrongs in the world. But, and yes, you should have your eyes open. However, don't be scared. And don't let people lead you with fear. I love, who was it? Roosevelt, I think, said, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." And I really think that sometimes there's so many people out there that say, like, there's some really weird things happening. Like, let's all freak out. Sorry. And I don't like to, I don't like to freak out. I say we should just relax, enjoy our actual life, and And I think we should work to make our world better. Yes. Change your Y to an I when you change the spelling of easy to easiest.
So
Change your Y to an I.
I will be Franklin and you'll be Eleanor. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself, Eleanor.
You better watch out. No, just kidding. Let's lead them into war, shall we?
I think your higher voice is more like Eleanor, though.
We have nothing. We should lead them into
the
war.
original
My
one,
original,
yeah.
like this.
Yeah, that's Eleanor.
Like this voice is my Eleanor voice.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good tone. Oh God.
Let's put people to work.
FDR had a mistress.
Oh my goodness, I hate that fear porn. Fear porn is like just videos like all preaching fear, like run for your lives, prepare, the end is near. I hate that.
See, Sarah
hate it.
Doesn't like the Conspiracy Monday show, and I fought to keep it.
And that's why I like usually just go to like other meetings on Monday, because like I'd rather go sit in like, I don't know, school board or city council meeting than.
Well, that's nice. I'm sure that's very effective.
It's not effective, but that's how much I just like it.
Thank you, Potatoer. Thanks a lot. Hey, so people are wondering why Bill Gates is being blamed for the Zika virus, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. It's not like any other day. This is the anti-war rally day. I brought that up, and I'm going to bring it up again in the show. Somebody had a cameo of our show, and we had to give them at least a little taste of it without the anti-war rally sign on there. But no, I don't have the Zika virus. I would be weary of people coming from South America visiting you going, I don't feel so good. Could I stay at your house? You may want to be a little more concerned about that. Yeah, your relatives coming from Ecuador. He's not so good on the plane. I infected everyone on the plane and you're all coming to visit you. Okay, he's going after malaria by engineering mosquitoes, but what he's doing is creating super mosquitoes that carry Zika viruses on them. I know. The latest revelation regarding the Zika virus involves a genetically altered mosquito project funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, an experiment which some suspect may have caused the rapid spread of a once rare disease that is now expected to circulate around the globe. Zika virus has been linked to the birth defect called microcephalia, and which causes the babies to be born with brain damage and unusually small heads.
This is really the big thing. Brazil is the site where the genetically modified mosquito project was carried out.
Yeah.
And it involved the same strain of mosquito said to be responsible for the spread of the virus.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill. What a brilliant move that must have been. Thank you for promoting the Zika virus around the world. Boy, get your head out of your eugenics. You know what? That would be great. Meddling. These are my hands. You would like to look at my hands? They are available for viewing. God, let me see your hands, Dave. Okay, Prince went public about the secret New World Order. Did they kill him? Yeah, they did. Your worst fears are about to come true. Hello, Japanese people. Hello, good evening. Your hair looks great, Sarah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really, really sad. You know, Bill Gates has been meddling in vaccines, which are dangerous. You know, just because vaccines work in 7 cases that we know of, doesn't mean that 300 different vaccinations are going to help you stop from getting a common cold. Prince was a sacrifice to the Queen, really? Fascinating. I don't have a wig. There's no wig on, so I don't know what you're talking about. Kayer, what do you have? You got a YouTube video for us? That could be shocking.
Okay, we'll play that later tonight. That I can't play that because I don't have a makeup artist. You know, I'm a natural guy. I try to minimize exposure to the makeup. Yeah. You know, makeup can cause disease in the skin. You can actually... Have you heard of the theory that suntan lotion causes more skin cancer than the sun? Have you guys heard about this? They're finding that suntan lotion is toxic and carcinogenic, and the government never did anything to stop it. Yeah, you may be better off just wearing a hat when you go out this summer. Any other political questions will be answered in a timely manner, but anybody questioning things that are ridiculous, don't. You're wasting my time. Could we get a little cowbell? Just go to the left screen right there and click it. Thanks. Thank you.
It happens, Busy.
Thank you so much. Take this in further. You're recommending people wear burqas, Meow TV? Are you a Muslim? I never did ask you, Meow TV. Are you Muslim? That's going to really piss him off.
I think he's recommending that so, like, you don't, instead of suntan lotion, obviously you still want to do something to prevent the sun from reaching your skin.
I just wanted to piss him off because he doesn't want Muslims coming into France, let alone the idea of them coming into America. Or you don't care if they're coming in here. I don't have makeup. How can I look gay if my makeup looks gay? Because I don't have makeup. Never worked for Merrill Lynch. No, I never was a member of the Merrill Lynch group. I never worked for any corporations directly. I draw all of my humor from a natural, almost an averageness that so many of us are living an average life. So I like to see myself more as the king of average. That's kind of how I see myself. I have not endorsed YouTube video audio downloader. I will tell you that we use it. It's pretty good. It's effective. Knowing it's not a gateway drug. Cigarettes are a gateway drug and highly addictive. Pot has no proven gateway capabilities, and frankly, I don't know any potheads that turn to coke later in life. You know, frankly, people that smoke cigarettes generally, spike their cigarette tips with a little meth or cocaine. So it is more of a gateway drug. And you would know that if you had any experience as a meth head. I've talked to enough meth heads to know that that's what they do. I think e-cigarettes are fine. I don't think that they're as dangerous as we're hearing, frankly. Although, you don't quote me because it may be like Ronald Reagan. Back in the day, Ronald Reagan actually said that cigarettes were healthy for you. He did an endorsement on television. He had cigarettes in his hand. Well, I get a clean smoke, and it helps me stay healthy.
No, 785.
But no, I don't really recommend e-cigarettes in general, but a lot of the information that's pushed on e-cigarettes that's negative is coming from California, and California is getting hit hard because they aren't making a tax from all of the sales of cigarettes. Now that more and more people are going to e-cigarettes, the taxes for cigarettes have dropped dramatically, meaning they're not getting any money. And California's pissed because they're a socialist commie state run by an incredible commie dictator named Jerry Brown. And he is literally sucking everybody dry in the state with taxation, and he doesn't want to cut his spending because commies don't cut their spending. One of the common links between communists is that all they do is spend and spend and take and tax. So because he has no idea what he's doing, he wants to continue to make more money on cigarette tax revenue. It's ridiculous. Oh, hello. Good evening. We have a visitor. Why does everyone say this? No, that's okay. Coke would be a medicine to take. You mean like coffee? What? No. There's nothing natural about cocaine. It's like asking Scarface if he's a health food fanatic as he pulls his face out of a mountain of white powder. No, I don't think so. Okay. Say hello to my little friend. Nope, never a lobbyist for big tobacco. Why do you keep asking me these ridiculous, erroneous questions? I just don't understand.
You have a reason for asking me ridiculous questions? Because you keep coming in here asking me the most ridiculous questions. I mean, you guessed 785. Yes. We are watching you.
I want to save this.
We have you under our sights.
It's a cool article.
It appears that you're using ad blocking software. Cool.
Check out this story. There's an aquarium in Alaska that replaced its fossil fuel heating and cooling system with a seawater system.
Wow.
So they get water pumped in from the ocean, and some parts of the building it cools and some parts it heats up, and it actually has saved them just overweight. Can you go down a little bit? Just over $4,000 a month in electrical energy costs.
Wow, that's terrific. That is impressive. $4,000 a month.
They save.
That's good revenue saving. I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
Anything that's sustainable, I love. You know. Yes, I am poor. I made a vow of poverty when I was a young man. Oh, look at double your life of your water heater for less than $50. Really? Stop rust before it happens. I'd like to check that out.
I should do that.
This is a helpful tip from Mad Dog. Thank you, Mad Dog. Okay, we're looking at stop rust before it happens.
Yeah, TV2.
Okay.
Well, it's just that, ocean water, it's in the summer months, the ocean water is cooler than the ambient air. And in the winter months, the ocean water is warmer than the ambient air. So it's perfect for both a cooling and a heating alternative.
Now it's talking about changing
or a supplement.
It's talking about changing your anode rod, and I don't believe I should do that. I don't want to compromise my system.
Oh, I think we actually did that though before.
Yeah, to compromise our system and it broke it.
No, but we did it and we got an extra 2 years out of it.
Yeah, but it broke pretty fast.
It was broken, and then we did it, and then it.
I don't know. I have the old adage: why mess with a good thing?
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone accusing me of being gay will be muted and then banned in the show. I want you to know that. I don't have any gayness going on in my life. I never have been gay, and I find it very offensive, being I'm a heterosexual, that you would come in here and accuse me of being gay. 8 gun down in Ohio, but no gun control. No CNN interviews. No suspect. Wow. Interesting. Maybe this wasn't a false flag. It was a real event, Scissor Fight. It's possible the guy really did kill these people. I mean, we have to look at that as a real possibility, being they're dead. Hang on. We're being nice enough to let guests chat. We will shut guest chat off for the whole night. All the rest, if you continue this behavior, guests, okay? Don't ruin it for the rest of you who want to continue being good guests. They are saying the anode dissolves instead of the water tank. Yeah, well, it is very possible that your anode is not functional. In that case, you will notice a marked decline in the temperature of your water. Yeah. And you will have to put it in the richtig or the correct anode rod for the unit. I mean, it's just a mess when you start pulling your water heater apart and pulling your anodes. Come on. Seriously? Like I said, why mess with a good thing? Why replace something that's not broken? I will show respect, folks. Please do. Keep this thing going. It is gay. People calling Dave gay because they're sexually attracted to me. You see, these people are suffering from homosexual panic. They secretly desire me. Even though they think they're straight, they're bi-curious. Look at this. See, it's coming out. Have you ever heard of the expression, "Me lady doth protest too much"? It's an old English expression. I love the good Australian accent. The fact is, we are not going to be able to get you to stop thinking queer thoughts. Technically, it's illegal for me to do that in New Jersey and California. But I would urge you to stop eating hot dogs because they're full of hormones, probably triggering your pheromone activity, triggering your bi-curiosity. So you're obviously suffering from homosexual panic. Ask your doctor what you can do. All right, thank you so much. But do cut back on hot dogs. That'd be very big. All right, so
You know, there's talk about new technologies that could make batteries last much longer. This is a really good story. It's interesting if this will ever get to market, but super tiny nanowires can make every battery work better. And imagine a battery that can be recharged hundreds of thousands of times without ever corroding. University of California is testing nanowires to offer a better cycling system in their recording. You know, and there's a lot of concern that there recently was a patent that was developed for an energy-saving battery tool that would have been cheap to buy, but it was just, the patent was actually broken into. They pulled it out of the office, and they are no longer the people developing this battery saver. And I'll have more information on it later, but just like this, they're being suppressed, the technologies are.
Thank you, 141.
Well, we've got an active group tonight. Many of you are looking for a hot night out on Saturday night, I'm sure. Hey Dave, what's your favorite films? Mostly like a technology guy, like a Matrix. I love Matrix, the series Matrix. I loved sci-fi. I like action-adventure. Whereas Sarah's more of a romantic comedy, and you're more of a period viewer,
I like
right?
period pieces. I like romantic comedies. I like nature shows, or not nature shows. I don't know. I like different things.
Like I said to the chatters, I will permanently shut down guest chat if you keep this up. So if you don't want to come in later tonight, keep up the gay talk, guys. I like Matrix 1 better than Matrix 2 and 3, but between 2 and 3, I think 3 was better. 2 got a little weird during those sex scenes. Okay. You know, this is great. Canada is finally following up on what Justin Trudeau said he was going to do, is make legalization of marijuana his priority. So it cites on the sale of marijuana legal nationwide in Canada.
I never saw that entire movie, though, somewhere in time.
Justin Trudeau, bringing it to Canada like he promised. Well, I will do the same as president. Unlike Donald and unlike Hillary, I will legalize marijuana first thing I do. And it'll be recreational legalization, meaning there won't be any prosecution for growing it. Now, if you sell it and not pay a tax, we will prosecute you. If you give it away to your friends, no prosecution. Big difference.
But if you liked Somewhere in Time, you might like the movie Sliding Doors, and you might like the movie The Lake House. I like both of those a lot.
Sliding Doors was about a woman grappling with multiple lovers?
No.
What?
No, totally not. Sliding Doors was an incredible movie. Actually, your mom filmed it for me. She thought I would like it. It was not about multiple lovers.
Okay.
It was about multiple times. So this girl goes out and she leaves her house, right? And she goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what would happen if it was a different reality? So in one reality, actually in both realities, her boyfriend is cheating on her.
Okay.
And in one reality, she gets back to the house in time to find her boyfriend cheating on her.
On her, okay.
And the other reality, she gets back right after the person he's like to find, like she never knows.
Oh, so it's different realities that she deals with of a woman dealing with her husband, her boyfriend's infidelity or her husband's infidelity.
Yeah, but she doesn't know in one of them, and then in a way it is a different lover because in one reality, in both realities, she also meets this other person.
Right.
And
okay, I'll have to remember the movie.
Anyway, I thought it was I loved the movie.
I thought it was a female journey of sexual exploration.
Heck no. No, it was an awesome movie.
Wow.
It had nothing to do with sexual exploration. In fact, there's like maybe one sex scene in the entire movie.
Okay, good.
And that was the boyfriend, and it was probably actually 2 because it was a boyfriend cheating on her. And that was anyway. So it was pretty cool.
Okay, well, see, she's more into romantic comedies and things like that.
No, I'm into I love time, kind of weird time, time shifting movies is what I like. Like 2 different parallel universes existing to get like.
Well, yeah, you saw the movie Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that entire movie.
Oh, you got to see that. That's one of the best
Okay, I should
movies.
go
Somewhere
see
in
if they have
Time.
it on Netflix. That's what some people are saying.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's a real time travel movie. Christopher Reeves, one of his best movies ever made. I know, Potato Girl. We're going to get to that in just a bit. You're starting to bother me too, though, so stop with the spamming.
Yeah. And then there was the lake house where that had to do with.
Was that like Scream? Scream 1 and 2 when the.
No.
It's not a horror movie?
No, none of
I thought
these
Lake
are
House was a
movies.
horror movie or
No,
something.
Lake House had Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
And there was this other girl, and the house was literally on a lake, or like half of it was on a lake and half of it was on the bank, right?
Right.
And in the middle of the lake house, there was this huge tree that grew up inside. Like, it was like basically the house was built around this tree. Anyway, both of them lived at the lake house, but one lived earlier than the other at the lake house, and they communicated through the mailbox at the lake house.
Oh,
Like, he
right.
would go and mail something
To a different time.
and it would end up in a different time.
Whoa, I got the goosebumps on that one.
That is another movie.
That's
worth
cool. That's
totally
cool.
worth watching. Like, you have to watch it again.
Cowbell time. That was awesome.
Yeah, and that kind of had to do with time shifts too, because at the end of the lake house, it was that I won't ruin. I'll just say this: I won't ruin the plot for you.
I'm going to see both of these again. I'm going to see both of these again. I want to see Somewhere in Time with you and get your response, because I would love seeing movies like The Lake House and Somewhere in Time with you.
Yeah, my 3 favorite are those time shift movies. I don't really remember if I saw all of Somewhere in Time. I don't think so. I think I saw like 10 minutes of it before I was rudely interrupted by someone.
Hey, yeah.
Anyway.
I want to ask you, if you had 10 movies to take with you underground to the compound that we want to live in.
Those 3 are 3 of the movies I would take with me.
Okay.
Maybe, since you rave about Somewhere in Time.
I'm going to do Terminator 1 and 2 and 3 along with Matrix 1. Okay?
Terminator 1, 2, 1,
and 3.
2, 3.
In fact, I haven't seen Terminator 5 yet. Have you guys seen Terminator 5? Some of you have seen Terminator 5. Is it worth getting?
I will take Matrix 2 and 3, and then the 3 I said, so then you have one more that we have to decide on.
Yeah. We are preparing the apocalypse room for the end of the world, and we are trying to see what movies we are going to see over and over again for the next 10 decades.
I was in 1979. 1 year old.
1 year old.
I was born in 78.
Dave, you should. Matrix 1 is adapt. Terminator 4 is a good idea, yeah. Oh, you didn't like Terminator 5? Really? Okay. Oh, gotta have 2001 Space Odyssey. That was Stanley Kubrick's finest work, where he impersonated...
I don't think I ever saw that one either.
Oh, you haven't seen that? That's incredible. Stanley Kubrick was the architect of the moon landing, and he actually provided the studio for the moon landing. And he even made a parallel movie about it. And he did the same work at the 2001 Space Odyssey in the same studio they filmed the moon landing. So a lot of you who really like the moon landing, you probably will like Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Yeah.
I don't think I saw Moon. Moon is the movie? I don't think I've seen that one. But I do like The Fifth Element. I did like Gattaca. Gattaca was an awesome movie.
Yeah, we saw that the first time.
Love that movie.
You know, one of the best movies that Robin Williams did, in my opinion, was What Dreams May Come.
Well, you like that just because it's the first movie we saw together.
Yeah, that, and it also had an apocalyptic taste and feel to it. Like, what about the afterlife?
Like the Hell
video. Purgatory. Oh, yeah. That was scary. That was
pretty amazing. That was a good movie, yeah.
I don't think the Pope would approve of that, because he said that there is no hell. And a lot of Catholics are wondering, well, this Pope doesn't believe in hell. Then does he believe in mortal sins and where people go who commit mortal sins? I mean, many people are wondering what kind of Pope we have right now. And now he won't give any protection at all. He basically is not inviting any of the Christian refugees.
We don't have connections in Silicon Valley. However, The two, well, I will say this. The two, I do have someone I would love to meet in Silicon Valley, and that is the company called OpenEd.com. Anybody that works there, I would love to meet them. And then and I've talked to them via email, and actually one of them on the phone. The other thing I would say is, even though I don't have connections in Silicon Valley, I have been to the Computer History Museum in Silicon Valley twice.
Boy. Yeah.
And I love that place. I could just I could be a curator there.
You know, we might want to consider that. You know, I wouldn't mind living in Silicon Valley. It's the coolest place to hang out at Starbucks and talk to people.
Though.
It's easy to hang out at Starbucks and get refills on coffee, Sarah. You know, you know how many people I could meet there in one day in Silicon Valley? That this one coffee shop, I probably network with about 10 executives. I have a way of Eyes Wide Shut was great. Yeah, let me bring you a little glimpse of Silicon Valley when Sarah and I went down there. Okay, we actually had a trip down there.
What is it called, Allura? David's in charge of the thing, so I can't click on your link. Because David's busy looking up that thing. Don't we have it on YouTube? We don't have it on YouTube?
No, I didn't load it there. Well, if I did, it's way back in the early files.
It might be easier to find. There's the Solar Living Institute.
Yeah, that was a different one. This is what was a visit to Silicon Valley. I didn't write Silicon Valley.
Did you write Computer History Museum?
Yeah, maybe it's under C for computer.
Go under file name and...
I'm going to do that just real quick.
Computer History, there it is.
There it is. Okay, check out our trip to Silicon Valley.
This is fun. I like this. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah. They have a lot of really great events here. We actually went to an event here in February of 2008. It was all about mashups, Web 3.0, a whole lot of stuff. What is this, Sarah? Oh, this is Cray 1. This video is making me sick.
In this computer, but
that's a Cray 1.
Very cool. I mean, it's huge. And I knew that it was, instead of just being a machine connection, they also wanted
Cray still exists? This is a Cray supercomputer, an actual Cray supercomputer.
You can actually just sit down.
You still have that code. IBM photo tour of the Controlled Data Corporation, IBM, Raytheon. These are some of the connections that were made early in the day.
In about a couple decades, maybe less, computers will be capable of passing the Turing test, which is the ability to do as many calculations as a human mind.
Wow, amazing. This is called Rescued Treasures, and in August 2006, the CHM learned of a 14,000 square foot collection of rare hardware, software, and documentation stored in an old warehouse in Germany. Made known to CHM by a local German computer enthusiast. Apparently this is a part of that data collection, and this is all from the early days of computing history. Amazing. The Hollerith machine, 1890 census. Very cool. I have that Amiga. I do. It's this Amiga 1000. I have the 2000 and the toaster and the whole. Too bad they didn't want to take it from me. They have too many here. They can't take donations anymore. They've gotten so many donations. It's amazing.
As I mentioned, this is one of 40 original panels from the system. So you can basically, if you can just imagine 40 of these panels together, how large the machine was. It had something like 18,000 vacuum tubes. Somebody mentioned binary before, essentially the digital element. Each of these basically provided that digital element, whether the tube was on or off.
Computer graphics, early computer graphics, very cool. This will have to be edited out because of the boredom factor. In case you are bored, we showed you a person with a weird hairdo. A weird hairdo.
This is fantastic.
Some of the old IBM days of tabulating machines. Wow. So this is Thomas Watson, the president of IBM Corporation, way back. And I actually have a relative that worked for IBM and worked directly under Thomas Watson to create the entire IBM calculation capability, which is amazing. These data devices were used early on in the day, very early on. In fact, Adolf Hitler contracted IBM to produce counting devices for counting the Jewish people that went into the concentration camps. This is just a side note, but Adolf Hitler was a drug addict, mainlining crystal methadone, and apparently it created his demeanor to be happy, which is very bizarre, considering he killed 6 million Jewish people. Happy psychotic. This is an amazing. Can you imagine the person that had to assemble this? This is almost it's a happy psychotic. You'd have to be on drugs to assemble these things. This is the Mercury delay line memory tank. The U.S. Air Force spent 10 years trying to create a national air defense system.
Cube wall down there, it's only a small portion of one computer. And basically, this was part of a system, again, a national air defense system, where there were 27 different sites in North America, each connected by telephone line.
The first external device used to access information on a television screen.
Come on the screen, and they use this light gun right here. They would point the light gun at the blip, and in the small box over to the side, they would indicate information about the aircraft, the type, the speed that it was going, the direction it was going, and the like.
We had the system in place, preventing the nuclear. Wow. Okay, so this is amateur radio, basically. Inventors, Dr. Lee DeForest, the father of radio. Wow. And we've got the freedom to invent. All about new inventions. The Xerox Alto boasts of the world's first what you see is what you get editor. Mouse, graphical user interface, GUI, and bitmap display. Very cool. One of the first Xeroxes ever made, the Dover laser printer. Xerox 1976, made by Gary Starkweather. Amazing. A lot of people have made money on these machines. Amazing.
So it's interesting that Xerox never made money on the...
So Xerox never made any money on this. Windows went to Apple, and this is the Mac and the Homebrew Computer Club. And a guy known as Steve Jobs, there he is, early on, in front of a table of Macintosh computers at Stanford University, and this is apparently something he built. The Apple I sold for $666.66. That's a little weird. If you're into numerology, that can be very strange. Now, this is an Apple Macintosh, 1984. I almost bought that computer, actually. Luckily, I didn't. This is the Apple section here. Yeah. A little Apple retro section.
5 megabytes.
Hard disk drive. That's very early.
They invested $5 billion in the development of this system.
Okay, we're talking about the ARCANET. The ARCANET was one of the precursors to all of the networks that we have today on the internet. And the C programming language. And Unix is actually based, I guess, in New Hampshire, but originally. This is all the programmers' language of the very first computers. The RB5X educational robot, the Omnibot 2000.
Show the robot teacher. Hi, I'm the robot teacher from Japan. What would you like to learn today? We don't have that in our lesson plan, sorry. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
That's a real person.
Robot, yeah, Japanese robot.
Real person 2000. The Orm, 1965. Earlier version of yourself. The Viper 4 in 1983. You've improved. You are actually real.
It's called Shaky the Robot from SRI. It's the very first moving computer that actually uses sensors from bumps and from a video camera to sense how it would move in an environment.
Wow.
It's the very first computer
called Shaky. Interesting. We'll shake it up just to try it. The early development of the Japanese company Busicom asked Intel to develop a dozen separate chips for a series of electronic calculators, and that can be condensed down to a very small item that big. Amazing.
Okay, that was it, everyone. Yeah, wow. Exciting stuff here on the show.
Fun, fun.
Fun, fun in the sun. Okay, I will be taking over the extended show. Sarah's going to go hook up Netflix and chill. Thank you, Sarah.
Good night.
Good night.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, you can. You can watch more. If you go to youtube.com/AmericasThirdParty, you can watch close to 5,000 hours of broadcast television. Yeah, just hook it up and tune out. Good night, Sarah.
Good night.
I'll be in a little later. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, I've thought that I would consider Ronald Reagan as a running mate for today. If I were to run with a new vice president, it would be Ronald Reagan. So I'm looking for anyone who can be a better Ronald Reagan than me. If we had Ronald Reagan running the country, instead of this kook we've got named Barack Obama, what kind of a word is that?
Well, we may, yeah, Rich Little, we might consider him for possibilities, yeah. Let me move some things around so I can get my face in the picture. There we go. Oh, you're drunk? Okay. Well, take it easy. Segue to lighter beer. These people love you. Sorry, Don, but you're not really, you don't cut it here, man. You're not coming off as a real average guy. You come off as an elitist, greedy guy, and no one trusts you with our money. We didn't buy Liberia, no. Whoa, we've got a real angry person here. Guest 514, suffering from a deep-seated hatred of self, transferring to others. Psychosis in the formative stage. Are you 28, living with your mom, and does she expect you to get a job? Yeah, you definitely. No, you don't want Trump. You're afraid of what's going to happen because he is a dictatorial type person who doesn't have a nice demeanor like I do. I'm serious. I'm serious about being nice. Go ahead, ask me any question. Speak up, or never be heard. I feel like I'm out in the Tules in here. It's like a camping trip. Oh no, the Boy Scouts and their gay leaders. Hey guys, you better bring videotapes so that you can record, make sure that no hanky-panky's going on. Can you imagine being in Boy Scouts now and sending your son off to some gathering with a gay Boy Scout leader? I mean, isn't that the weirdest thing? Not that anything's wrong with being gay, but I mean, think about it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, people are not, they're going to change their attitude. I could have gone to the Boy Scouts, but I actually gave up the Cub Scouts at the top level, the wee below. And I said, I don't want to get into that Boy Scout thing. It looked a little weird to me. Bernie is not here, guys. If you want Bernie, I can give you Bernie, but it's not exactly what I do. I understand we're going to help all of you get more money, and that's the whole idea. We've got to take the money out of the rich people's hands, and Hillary, she's not doing anything to help it. I don't know. I think the guy's going to go into a seizure at any moment. I'm not making fun of Jewish people. No, I was only imitating a Jewish guy named Bernie Sanders. Yeah, please try to disassociate from calling me a name when I'm simply doing what is called freedom of speech, which, by the way, the wonderful Lenny Bruce preserved in this amazing plastic bag did for this country, paved the way for people like me to simply talk like Bernie and drive my Audi R8. How much did we spend on that? $175,000? Oy vey, that's a lot of money. I should be so gifted. No, in no way. Just impersonating him is in no way racist. God. It's called freedom of speech. And it was just defended by not only Lenny Bruce, but some of the greats. George Carlin, you name it. I don't need to go underground. I'm right here now. Above ground. Here. Now. Walmart reading glasses? Yeah. They were $1, by the way. I wouldn't spend more than $1 on these. These actually improve my eyes. I don't know what it is, but when you strain your eyes a little bit, I'm serious. Like I'm reading, David, do you masturbate every day? I don't talk about masturbation. Yeah, they're very effective. You know, you can do that. You can pull on your eyes a little bit. I recommend getting reading glasses as you get older. When you turn 45, and believe me, many of you are going to turn 45, like the late, great China. Yeah. Donald Trump came into the show, yeah. He wanted to say hi. We're keeping it on the down low because he's hurting. You know he's going to get kicked out of the Republican Party shortly. It's pretty obvious. I know. I let him stay because it's the real Don. And he wonders, how do you know that, Dave? We have our ways. We are doing everything we can. We don't track your IP, though, Don. The Donald. So, yeah. You're 19. Let me show you a lady who just died. Yeah, it's tragic, too. Now, I got some pretty bad stories. Prince talking about chemtrails.
I want to go back to Jack Johnson because he's still in the back of my head. I can't.
You guys see this with Tavis Smiley?
This conversation is concerned.
The English language too good.
Right.
She had a really cute daughter, so that's why we was acquaintances.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get him on the chemtrails here.
When I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky.
It's a good place.
Chemtrails. All of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails and all of us. He said something that really hit home, that, you know, so that they know more about all of us, because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky. All
right, I'm going to keep that on a loop. Yeah, so that really could be what caused his death. We don't know. Now it looks more and more like there is suspicion involved. A quick cremation of a body is not normal, especially when the autopsy results are not conclusive. And for them to say that the autopsy results should be 4 more months is absurd. Okay? The suspicious death of Prince. Scissor Fight brought a video to us tonight. Thank you, Scissor Fight.
This is Suspicious Minds.
Global Agenda did something, so we'll be looking at that video tonight. It's 24 minutes. What we know so far about Prince's death. Yeah. And many people are, even Grizzly Ray, he brought up the issue that maybe this guy, Prince, was replaced by Christopher Victor Tracy in 1985 after Prince experienced a death in a car. I'm connected to the dots, my man. I read the chat. Yeah, I do a real good job of maintaining a constant information gathering during the show. That's what I do. Yeah, it looks more and more like it happened on a full moon day. More and more like a whacking. The elimination of another loose end in the Illuminati lineup. Yeah, if I were Paul McCartney, I'd be concerned right now. Simply because they don't like to keep any loose ends. They like to wrap things up. And if they've been doing a scam on the American people this long, if they've been pretending to push fake artists in front of us that claim to be, you know, who they aren't. I mean, if Paul McCartney is some other guy, an impersonator, for instance, which many people believe is entirely possible, but I look at more than YouTube and Wikipedia. I actually go to the library, and I ask my library manager, "Hi, I would like to do something in the Dewey Decimal System. I'd like to learn about things here." And the woman looks at me going, "Are you some sort of a clone of Mr. Rogers or something?" "Well, not really. I do accents well. Thank you so much, Rex. I'd just like to learn and would like to find things out here in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbors. Welcome to the neighborhood. You know, we missed a good rock and roll star named Prince, and many of us are wondering, was he connected to the Illuminati?" Yes, many people don't realize that the people that are behind the dark scrim of war and destruction and fake stars are also the people that are somehow trying to forget that we just lost $2.3 trillion on September 10th. Yeah. You know where the $2.3 trillion that Donald Rumsfeld said is missing? I mean, we're 15 years later and we still haven't even gotten any answers, folks. Okay, we'll post the link to the suspicious death of Prince coming up. In about 12 minutes, we'll start our video segment, and then I'll go do Netflix and chill with Sarah. Now, claiming that I don't have an IQ of 185 is, I'm sorry to say, inappropriate. Abnormal. You realize that's a bannable offense. And I'm using one of my subsystems is tracking through a program I developed called ChatDar. It's capable of actually detecting all negative comments in my chat room during this entire broadcast while I deliver a wonderful description as to how and why we are still at war. I know that's why we were kind of reaching that point. We're trying to climax here. Many of you are trying to reach a higher state of awareness tonight. Yes. Yeah, I'm an alpha male. That's right. Thank you for coming in, everybody. We're trying to get down to the simple fact that our country has been fighting wars unnecessarily for the past, I would say, 50 years, just for starters, ever since I can remember. You know, I grew up in a time when I thought that war would actually end for good, just like my father thought that World War II would be the end of war, when he fought it, and we won it. But it turns out we didn't win the war against Germany and Japan. Completely. Well, we did win the war against Germany and Japan, but we didn't win the war against the Nazis. I am currently believing in anything at this point. I'm opening my mind to the possibility that reverse speech was used in the seduction of our minds by such amazing, almost sociological phenomenons like the Beatles. I'm investigating that on Monday night. We're doing a detailed research at the Tavistock Institute and how they influence the development of our wonderful group we call the Beatles. The Beatles. And that connection is ironically loosely connected to all the other things that are happening in this country right now. Like Sloan Institute, the Sloan Foundation actually is purposely preventing information sharing on vaccines. They were instrumental in stopping the Tribeca Film Festival from playing the movie Vaxxed, which does a big reveal about how the CDC has been cheating on the vaccination tests to make vaccinations be okay when they're not okay. They're actually causing autism in children. Okay. We are also aware that the Sloan Institute, another former Nazi group, is working in tandem with organizations like the AP. The AP worked for Adolf Hitler during the heyday of the World War II, and they went on to become journalists here in America. And they are now the standard for journalism around the world. So we are still seeing Nazi influence everywhere we turn. Monday we talk about Operation Paperclip. Well, it turns out that the same cadre of Nazis have been using funds, our funds, $2.3 trillion, to fight communists. Now, you go, well, why would the Nazis still be working within our country to fight the communists? Well, that's what the $2.3 trillion was involved, is basically an attack on Russia. So that's why they still keep fighting Russia. And that's kind of comes full circle. We've got some sort of a Nazi invasion within our own country that is attacking Russia every way they can, starting a war in Syria, pushing the envelope on Ukrainian relations, paving the way for Monsanto to do mass agriculture and GMO food production in Ukraine would be devastating to Russia. To think that on their continent, an organization like Monsanto could impregnate an entire country with GMO products while Russia is trying to fight for non-GMO, we are seeing pure Nazism. And if you want to use a different term, evil, come back and rear its ugly face before us today. And that's why wars are started around the world right now. That's why people are seeing this constant fomenting of war, because the Nazis are still alive, living within the ranks of a shadow government within our country. Now, I, as a future president, realize that this is a serious problem and a major undertaking. And in no way do I go into this thing blindly. But I must tell you, if you underestimate the corruption in this country, we're all lost. So as a voter, you've got to recognize we've got a problem with a two-party system. It's not working. There's no way we can get honesty from it right now because it has been completely contaminated by the likes of Donald Rumsfeld, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, a legacy, a dynasty of evil. Monsanto. They handshake with Monsanto. Hillary endorses GMOs. So one of the things that we're really kind of pushing during our week-long thing that we do is the simple fact that we're unlike the Democrats, Republicans on so many issues. Aside from the fact that we don't really fully believe ISIS is a big threat, whereas the Democrats, Republicans have gone on a tangent with ISIS, constantly thinking ISIS is going to attack, so we have to keep staging up war in other countries and building up our forces and blah, 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 blah. But we are seriously against RFID chipping, forced vaccinations. We want to stop GMO, unnecessary GMO production. Chemtrails, which the other two parties don't even admit is happening. Fluoride in our water system. So these are the things that really are mattering to the American people when you get down and talk to them. When you talk to people in the streets of America, they're actually resonating these concerns. You could talk to a bag person right now, and they're probably going to say, yeah, you're not going to stick no needle in me, man. Or I don't want to eat GMO. Yeah, they give you tumors. And they're probably picking through the garbage for non-GMO food that they can pick up out of somebody's garbage. I'm serious. You'd be surprised how many people are enlightened right now. So don't underestimate the power of awareness. And we are right now at a point where we need to come to a reckoning. These people who've done this terrible deed, taken $2.3 trillion from our government, at the very least, a lot more too if you want to trace the dots, they are essentially the ones in power right now. And it's up to you, the voter, if you want to get that out and stop it. And there's only one way to do that I know of. Because getting me on the ballot in every state isn't going to be easy. But you can individually write my name in. And it's the most important thing to get accountability from our government. They would be forced to write my vote. All my votes would be written or read if we had 25,000 or more in every state. We got a lot of people at our show, Grizzly Ray, that just don't even admit to having chemtrails. Yeah, even Meow TV doesn't believe that they're really happening. We are entering a new dark age, 878, I agree. So having a candid conversation like this on a daily basis is really helpful so that we can at least touch base and I can be completely upfront and honest with all of you, because this is what it's all about, transparency, developing a rapport with my audience so that you know what you can get, what you see is what you get in the White House, as opposed to what you get now, which is a guy who rarely ever talks to the camera and communicates in real time without a script in front of his face. Well, let's be clear. And we did get a workout schedule from Barack Obama. It's pretty impressive, I must say. He definitely can. He can lift girly weights. I'll tell you, it's rare when you see that. You know, it's amazing somebody even got in there to take a look at it. And he does this little grimace when he does it. You know, I think it's pretty uncool that somebody took pictures of him like this. Now, it shows, you know, number one, it shows his commitment to exercise. But, I don't know, it shows a lack of concern for security, too. If I knew somebody in my room who's with me had a camera taking a picture of me while I'm doing, you know, a little workout schedule with my girly weights here, in no way would I want that camera picture to go viral, and it did. Yeah, it just shows me that people around him don't have a lot of respect for him. We have a lot of homosexual viewers in here, yeah. Well, we're not trying to keep people from doing whatever they're going to be, you know. Abnormal. What's going on here? Yeah, we're getting pictures of people being sent to us. Well, you can say Barack is history, but really the Clintons have nothing to offer. They're simply following with the same Democratic corruption. Look, if you haven't separated at the hip from the Democratic Party and believe wholeheartedly that they are completely corrupt, and I can't really convince you to do anything other than consider a third party. I really feel sorry for you if you don't recognize the corruption endemic in the Democratic Party. Abnormal? Okay. Your name is Ab? Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Mr. Abnormal. Got it.
Dave, I'm sorry. My fellow Americans, your cheeks feel very slabby tonight, David. I am not a crook.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, I have the ability to move my cheeks around. It is an amazing talent. It is perhaps the best quality of Frubber, a modern-day, fully synthetic product, which is capable of moving elastically in different directions, having much of the elasticity of actual skin, and a certain, how do you say, je ne sais quoi, humanness about it. It looks almost real. All right, so what are we going to do here? We're going to play some movies? All right, let's do it. The Suspicious Death of Prince. Hey, thank you for talking about the war and the war machine tonight. I hope I pulled it all together so you understand it's a lot of money, a lot of banking power, a lot of elitism involved in what causes wars. Some people believe it's a Zionist attempt to continue world domination, which they've been on, both monetarily and in other ways. You got a good point, and I'm definitely not a Zionist. I will not accept money from AIPAC. Unlike Donald Trump and Hillary and everyone, Ted Cruz, all the others, they're big AIPAC receivers. I am not in any way going to align myself with a Zionist influence. But I do recognize Israel as an important nation and a nation that we would certainly provide air support to if they were attacked. But we will not send our troops in to the Middle East and engage in a ground war. And I promise you, we will also subtract troops from the Middle East under my administration. It's my primary goal is to bring our troops home. And that's been our goal ever since the beginning. In fact, I'm coming back, for our late night show. Yeah, oh yeah. I hang out all the way into the evening. It's part of my ongoing effort to produce good content for all of you to watch. And we have some pretty good movies that we get during our show. Thank you. Like Cybreed. You have given us a good video. We'll take a look. So yeah, we've got some interesting concepts. Perhaps that is the best one for tonight. We'll close with that on that note. Bring our troops home, everybody. End the Federal Reserve, the banking connection to the incredible wars they keep pushing. Get the Fed out of our country's planning, which I think will really help insulate us from getting into foreign wars. It's a definite guarantee. All right, take the night off. I'll be in the chat all night long. I keep the computers rolling and I check the videos. All right, here we go. Thank you for coming in. Have a good one. We'll be back Monday night with Conspiracy Monday.